Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How's everybody doing tonight on
Doing
I'm
Thursday?
jingling,
great.
baby. I'm jingling. What's going on?
Niecy is not here tonight, as y'all see. She is hanging out, doing her thing. Okay, she'll be back. She'll be back next week. She'll be back
Hmm.
next. Wasn't that week? Okay, yeah, she'll be back next week. So we miss her, but she is here in spirit. Okay, she's always here in spirit. We always here in spirit. Anyway, it go. Okay.
Speak
I
up.
feel like I was like nothing is happening. Ain't no gossip going on. Shows kind of boring, and all of a sudden, all kind of things happen. So we're gonna get that a
Hell
little
fell
bit
out.
later. Girl, the world has just the whole world is flipped, and I was like, well, I guess I gotta be careful what I ask for. But I do have some fashion stuff, y'all, because I'm like, y'all know I love the fashions of it all. So I have a few looks to see what y'all like, what y'all don't like from some of our favorite people, or not favorite
Okay.
people. I think it's our favorite people. I can't remember. But let's get to a little fashion segment. So, so the first little look of things I have is like blue jean this, blue jean that. Do we like these different blue jean outfits of 2022? Okay, so we have Sierra,
Mhm.
Beyonce. Okay, I don't want to say her name like that. Aisha Curry, and then also Cardi B. Now, what I want to say about Sierra's outfit, the
Mm-hmm.
pants and the boots are connected.
I
It's
saw
like you
that
got to
girl.
put it all on together. You can't take so if your feet hurt, you got to take your pants off and be naked. So I don't know if I would want to have to get naked when my feet hurt at a party, but the outfit looks cute. I think Beyonce with the little jeans, the shorts, the stockings, the shoes is cute too. Um, it's like it's fancy but not fancy, a little bit slutty but not slutty. It gives different looks, but I like it all. Um, I also like Aisha's outfit, even the light skin blue jean around the waist. It's cute, different, 90s to me. I didn't really like Cardi's outfit that much. I think because I could see her nipples too much. And I'm
Mm.
like, is it blue jean? Is it Hispanics? I don't know. But I liked it, but didn't like it. But I think it may be because I could see her nipples. I don't know. But what do y'all think about these blue jean fits of the year?
Um, Honestly, when I first saw Sierra's, I was like, that's stupid. But then I saw the whole outfit and I was like, nah,
The
but
details.
I will wear that shit. I will wear everything she got on right now. Like I'm kind of here for the whole look. It's my vibe. I'm also here for the Beyonce of it all. Also my vibe. Just, depends on how I'm feeling that day. I don't like Aisha Curry's because I don't like matchy jean for some reason. Ever since we got out of 2002, I have not been a fan of matchy jean. And there is a color block on the jacket, but it's not enough for me. It's still giving, Tia and Tamara or some shit. I'm just not feeling it. And with Cardi, I feel like this is one of those times where I'm bored. Like we get it. Your body is amazing. Y'all, you got the fake little booty stuff, and your titties is sitting up great, and all your dresses have the ass printed inside of it or some shit like that. I don't know what that's about. Y'all know like them little shorts and tights and shit with the scrunched up ass. Like I don't know what that's about. That's like a trend that they're starting to put in everything now. Like, cause why is there a crease in between her leg? I don't know. Anyway, I just kind of feel like Cardi looked real like cheap. Sorry. You're not cheap though. You're rich, but this looks cheap.
I like Cardi's body in this outfit. I like Cardi's body, but I don't like this outfit, girl. It looks
Mm.
like thrown away
Mm-hmm.
fabric. I hate the shoes with it as well. I feel like if you're gonna have an open top the way that you have, why your feet gotta be closed too? Just have it all out. But anyway,
Have an open toe.
yeah, like an open toe shoe or something. I didn't really like this one, Cardi. But anyway, when it comes to Miss Aisha, I don't know. It's nothing that I would necessarily wear, but I feel like it's something like it's cute for a magazine. Like if you're shooting this
Hmm.
for a magazine, couture, whatever y'all want to call it, like I think it looks good in that sense. But on a regular basis, it's a no for me.
Like
I
you
don't
ain't
even
wearing it to the
understand.
store. Like what would you
Correct.
wear it to?
I wouldn't even wear it out with the homegirls. Like,
Yo, this looks
what
like
is
her
the
shooting a
belt?
90s sitcom. Like I'm telling y'all, like even the ponytail, like
Yeah.
Like Ashley from
It's
Fresh
giving
Prince.
Brandy back in the day.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to be down. Is what it's
Yes.
giving.
Yeah. I love what Beyonce has going on. Okay. I feel like you can, have a date night with this or hang out with your girls. Okay. Looks really cute. She look good. I love that necklace she got on, whatever that is. She look nice. I
Mm-hmm.
like this. But I do think the winner of everyone is going to have to be Sierra for me. It's the fine laid backness of it all. And I'm over here trying to figure out how can I get some pants with the boots inside because
They
those
call
were
girl,
busting.
and they cost like I think like $2,000. But I wish,
Wow.
I wish I could have got the close up of her, like the jewelry she has on, like the details of the accessories is what to me made it look even better when I seen it on her IG. But I was like, come on now,
You know
Sierra.
what I love the most too about this photo is how she posed. We always trying to poke her leg out and stick her
Yeah,
leg out, and it's just the flex of it all. Like I know I'm fine. I know I'm bad. And I'm
I
like,
simplicity.
can
girl, you
understand. Yeah,
did that.
It,
It's
I
the
mean,
hair for me. It's the
she
look. Like she
Yeah,
killed
no,
this
you're
shit.
right. You're right. It's that hair. But I was about to say she always encompasses like what I used to love about Aaliyah, which is that very I'm not trying hard, but you loving it type vibe.
Yes. Yep.
because it's like if you look at it, Sierra and Cardi kind of had the same stance, but it still looks different on Sierra. It's like they both kind of just standing there, but it's like Cardi seems more posed, where Sierra looked
Mm-hmm.
like I was standing here and somebody took a picture. Not like I
Yeah,
Yeah.
was
Like I'm
trying
yeah,
just
to,
like
look some
yes.
kind of way in the
yeah.
picture.
I was just chilling and
An
it caught me.
effortless serve is what she
Yeah.
gave.
Give
That's
and
that.
the
That's
ink.
that Russell, prayer being, answered and stuff. That I'm like, Sierra, like fuck y'all, I'm doing my man.
I'm gonna put it
Um,
out there
She
that one
bad.
day Lyric will be able to purchase $2,000 jeans slash boots for me.
Cause
Putting
when
it
I
out
seen
there.
it,
She will.
it was between like 2 and 3, but I'm like, if it costs 2 or cost 3, it's still thousands. So I was like, okay, get you
Mm-hmm.
some
Because if you would have
cute
told
little
me
stuff.
600, bitch, I would have been like,
If I was at 1,000, you probably you would have got it for anything a
I
thousand
probably
or
would have got it
less.
for 1,000.
1,000 or less. So like, okay, that's fine.
You
But I'm
definitely
like,
Cause
would
they
have.
fly. They fly like
yeah.
it's fly. I
But
will.
like
I will.
For
2,400, I'm
sure.
like, I can't do 2,400. I have no
Yeah, I'm
pants.
not in
Okay,
that tax bracket yet.
that's just
And
too
I
much.
feel
I'm like,
like I
no.
Yeah.
could wear those, as long as the area I'm going to is going to have a cute seat. Okay. As long as I'm not standing on my
Yeah,
feet the whole time and I can get me a cute seat. Yeah, I'm rocking them like that's
because you
And
got
the
to get
cute.
shoes
naked
might not be
standing
uncomfortable
somewhere.
because the heel didn't look skinny. It didn't look like a stiletto heel.
And
It
most of
looks
the
like
time,
chunky a little bit.
when you have that, like the heels that come up your ankle, enough like ankle support, well, at least for me, it doesn't hurt as much for some reason. Like when you walk
Mm-hmm.
out, I feel like she might have the support in those shoes. So she looked good. She did
Mm-hmm.
that.
Girl,
Mm-hmm.
that's Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
Now the next little stuff I have is like boots and coats. I love a boot and a coat because I'm Michigan. And we have 3 of our faves around here. So we have Monica,
Ooh.
Mary J. Blige, and then Latoya Luckett. Okay. When I first seen, because Monica had another photo of her in like I think it was like a Fendi. It was some print that was a whole fit, but I hate all print outfits. I don't like that. I don't need Gucci down to the side because I think that's too much. But when I seen this brown look, I'm like, oh, I like it because it's like you can go to Aspen, be around the little snow or whatever. So I do like it, even though it still looks a bit too heavy for Atlanta. I feel like it don't get that cold in Atlanta to need them boots and that coat
It
at the
does.
same time. Do it?
It do.
That's
It
like
do.
winter weather. Like
Yes.
we have
Recently.
cold winters here.
Recently, it's been like in the 20s and 30s, I believe. That's
Mm-hmm.
cold enough for
Mm-hmm.
Georgia
Oh,
people
that's being the world going crazy. But I still like the outfit that she has on. I love the boots. I love her stance. But Monica's now a IG model. I feel
today.
like
She
she's
should
always
be.
IGN and stuff, and I would be so cute. Now, Mary J. Blige, I said, bitch, Mary J. said, y'all gonna get this shimmery from me in this fur coat. That's for sure a Michigan Dietrich furs walking in the snow with the wind blowing. We used to have always commercials back in the day. But I love her confidence walking because like she know, bitch, I look good. You can't tell me shit. Look at my coat, look at my thighs, look the little cutout, across the stomach and across the boobs. It just looks like money. It looked like grown woman bought my business, and I love that look. And then for Latoya, I just love the differentness of it all. Like the green bag with the green boots and then the colorful coat. To me, it's like I'm not trying, but I'm trying, but I'm not trying. And I can like that's like a good brunch look. Not the hat though. The hat is like it's cold outside, it's winter. I don't know. But I love the colorfulness of that jacket, of that coat. And the purse looks like it's like a crocodile fabric that matches the snakeskin of the boot. And I'm like, this all the reptileness of it all. I love it though. What do y'all think?
I love it too. I'm all three looks, honestly. And I feel like that hat will probably look better when her hair is like mine. Cause y'all know me and Latoya be looking alike. Because I had the same and our facial features for some reason. I don't know. But that's what people be saying. They be saying we look alike. I definitely like Latoya. Like I love the green. I'm definitely in my green space. An emerald green. Gives me everything in life. As of recent. And when I tell y'all one day I want one of these fucking furs, like every time I see Mary, I'm like, damn, I want that fur. Especially when she was on the Power Show. All them fucking furs. I'm like, every time I turn around, I want the boots. I want the fur. And that's exactly what she's giving right here. I want the boots. I want the fur. I want the dress too. I probably wouldn't wear it. I probably would. I'm at that point.
I was like, yes, you would.
I sure would. I'm here for all of the fabulous auntie-ness of it all. Okay. And then with Monica, I'm on some chill shit, but I'm still trying to put my foot slightly on your neck, slightly.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, because I do feel like, listen, she looked good, but I feel like on me, this coat. This brown, this shit would be swaggy as fuck. So, Monica cute, don't get me wrong. But I just feel like I would set this combo, especially that coat, off.
Yeah. I do like all of the looks. With Latoya's boots, something about them tell me that they hit the thigh. Something about them boots, I just feel like they come all the way over the knee up to the thigh or something. She looks really good. I like that. Mary, I see what you did there. Okay, I feel like there are hints of gray or something in that fur coat that matches that dress, and the blonde hair is just all throughout, and the brown skin is all throughout the fur coat. We see what you did there, Mary. I like it. She looks great. Monica, I like the look. However, I think I would have liked it even more if she would have had a skirt on versus pants with these boots.
A short skirt?
Like a short skirt. Yeah. Like the skirt meets the boots or something like that.
I feel what you mean. This is giving, I'm cute going to the mall, or I'm cute going to the store, but I'm mine. Yeah. That's what this is giving. Like I might need to have pants on. Not I'm actually going to be cute nowhere. That's what this is giving for me. That's why I feel like it's pants instead of skirt, but I do understand what you mean.
Yeah,
I want them boots from Toy.
I know, I'm looking at them, girl.
They are eye-catching.
Everybody, honestly, because I like Monica's boots too. That fur, that shit probably look like it's lined with fur. That shit might be nice and comfortable on the inside. Oh, I like all of these. All of these is everything. I want a Latoya purse. I want a Latoya purse. Give me that purse.
She can give it to us. Because she probably got it for free. Now the last looks that I have. And you probably didn't even wear it. She probably put it on for that photo shoot, put it down, and then went on by business and talked to her ex-husband, come pick up these kids. Now, because where's Tommy? Have we heard from Tommy?
Child, we ain't seen that big ass head in a minute.
I'm still upset with what's her name, Sabrina, the one that blew up T.I. and Tiny, so they had to snatch Family Hustle because we was about to get all into Toya business. I'm still upset. I need them to find some streaming service that wants it. Like immediately
put T.I. off. Take T.I. and Tiny off, and then just have because we didn't even really care about T.I. and Tiny. We care about the other folk around there. Because I'm like, bring on Monica. We could have got Monica's dirt
Monica never want to give y'all no dirt. She don't live her life like that. Like the only way we're gonna get her dirt is in a music video.
Well, she ain't doing no more music because what chapter was it? Well, she was supposed to be
chapter 37, wasn't it?
And I think she's 40 now because I'm 40. She older than me. So I don't think she's doing music no more. She modeling.
Damn, I hate it.
But I still love
miss the music.
I know. I never get.
She's my favorite.
Brandy put out music. Well, I think I need Brandy to put out some new music.
Brandy is putting out music with the show Queens right now. So
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
one thing.
Maybe Monica be on next season. The Queens can go
Oh,
against
that would be
Brandy.
cute.
It would be.
They can be the two rivalries from back in the day, and they can do The Boy Is Mine.
No,
No,
I
I think that's
don't know.
supposed to happen.
it's not gonna be like that because remember she already had
Remy.
rivalry with Remy, so it's
Yeah.
not gonna be
No.
like that. They're gonna bring her on probably as somebody else, but she's still gonna have
Well,
an attitude.
if Eve come back, Eve can be beefing with Monica because
Why
maybe
somebody gotta
Eve
be beefing with Mo? Like she can't come in as a friend in
because she
real
a
life. She the
goon.
friend.
Because she a whole goon in these streets. The last
Yeah.
two looks I have
Unica.
is from three different people, but I
Mm.
think I like all. No, I may not like one of them. But we have Marlo, Tiffany
Girl,
Haddish,
I didn't
and
even
then
recognize
Lala.
that. I'm sorry. I
Yep,
didn't even
Marlo was
recognize
first,
Marlo.
Tiffany Haddish in the
Mm.
middle, and then Lala on the end. And I feel like Lala boots being so spacious looks weird to me. I really wish the boots fit her legs a little bit more. Or she probably would have some jeans on, some thicker the boots will fit better. But I don't like these boots with this outfit. It makes her body
Ew.
look surgical,
Ew. It
and
is
that's weird.
surgical. Ew. You can
It's real
see.
surgical.
Because it's
But I
really
like the
making her
colors.
legs look small while
Yeah,
making
it's
her
like her.
hips look big.
Yeah,
It's
like her
cute.
legs don't match her thighs going up, like it's the size
Yeah.
of this, the size of this off. Um, I love Tiffany Haddish's look. I love the hair. I love the outfit. I love the pop of color with the shoes. I love the confidence in her face. I think her face is beat to whoever she worships. Um, Marlo's look, I do like it, but something about her shoes, the lace up gold and stuff at all, I just wish they were different, but I don't know what shoes I want with the outfit. The outfit looks great. Her body looks great. Her makeup hair is great. But something about the lace up shoes to me don't look right with this outfit. But what do y'all think though?
I love actually. I really, really like Lala's look. I love the awkwardness of it all. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
super cute. I like the colors on Tiffany Haddish too. It's something about that. Is that color in like the highlighter yellow or the neon
It's like a
green or whatever?
mustard. It's like a mustard yellow.
It's so pretty with this
That's giving
blue
green. That's giving like lime green on
lime green, like
Tiffany.
it
Yeah,
looks good. And
it
that
does.
turquoise or blue or whatever she got, and I have to agree, the makeup you can see right through the pit. Like she looks bomb.
Mhm.
Marlo,
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm sorry. I don't know what she has going on here. It looks like expensive and cheap at the same time, and I just don't. I don't like it, Marlo. I've seen Marlo do a better job than this, so I'm not a fan of this one.
Mm. I'm gonna tell y'all. I think Marlo is one of those people that now that she's gotten her body done, she just wants to
Mm-hmm.
show her body off.
Um,
Cause,
she definitely
girl,
gives that.
it's cold outside. Where you going? You know what I'm saying? Where are you wearing this legally blonde Hillary Banks look? Where are you going? It's cold outside, and this should
I
have had a
think
pump.
Mhm.
This should
I
have had a
think
pump.
Marlo
This
wants to
should have,
be like she wants to be the young auntie forever, and that's kind of how she dresses, even if it don't look right.
yeah. I do. I'm gonna tell y'all, Tiffany's still in my haircut, in my hair color and all of that. It worked in her favor. She needed to do that because something wasn't working. Just the whole time, something wasn't quite just. I don't know. Something wasn't working, and now it's working. However, I don't like the romper. Um, I just don't. The color is good. I don't like the romper. I do like what's the girl face name? Lala. I like her look because I think pink and neon and zebra print go together, girl. I used to love me a good Lisa Frank, coloring book. So they go together to me. It's cute, but her legs still look weird.
They say she a Kardashian clone. I feel like she was cloning herself, maybe not after Kardashian, but what she thought people may like, and they do look like her body just looks done. And sometimes I feel like it's nothing wrong with your body done, but I wish it just didn't look so done. It looks awkward a little bit based on us knowing what she used to look like. It's hard to look at her and not see, oh, she has something on her body. Whenever I see a photo of her, it don't look natural, basically. And that's the hard part about, you know what I'm saying, being a Lala around here and being friends with the Kardashians or whatever. Because, you know, I feel like Sierra body still looks, you know, how it, natural. She ain't had to do nothing to nothing. But I'm like, Lala does look like, she also keep herself in shape. But you can also see it's because she wants to make sure the money she spent on her look, you know, it ain't money, you know, that she lose. Because who wants to lose their money?
I'm gonna tell you what it is though. It's because Sierra was a dancer. Anybody that really dance do not want to put their body through any
All the
unnecessary trauma.
surgeries.
Yeah, surgeries and all of that. Nobody wants to do that.
Facts.
And I feel like, you know, because of that, Sierra has been like, you know, about that body because I mean, she just be having children and be having a muscle V and shit. I'd be like, bitch, get this shit out of my face,
Like,
man.
bitch, get out my face.
You know?
I hate you, Sierra. I know we love Sierra. We love Sierra. And I feel like Sierra is one of the people who has been friends with other people, but I never feel like she's changed based on who she's friends with. And I do sometimes feel like Lala is falling into a category of the Kim Kardashians, but I think she thinks that will help her be different because now she's trying to act or whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna accept you, Keisha, there, but I'll see what you do next, and then we may love you for that too. But I don't know. But that's I wish I would have more fashion looks, but I was like, I didn't want to be because I seen all kind of shit. Like I can all day. But let's get into some TV chat. I want that as a ringtone. I really, really do. But I'm like, I don't think Apple's phones do ringtones no more. I may just be too
Child
old for that
live.
too.
My mama literally came in town this weekend, y'all. And girl, she was over here.
Why you look stressed?
Girl,
Like she
and
came in
she
and drove me
come and she be
crazy.
wanting to change stuff and do her thing and just girl, she just be doing a lot. But she literally was making a ringtone. She did it through GarageBand on the phone, and she was
That's
literally
so
having her
hella.
cell phone next to the iPad recording something from YouTube so that she could make it her ringtone. So it's possible, girl, because that's exactly what she was doing. I was
I
like,
used
okay,
to
That's
do
girl.
some
that all
old
the
school
time.
shit. That's somebody that used to make mixtapes. Okay,
Oh
that's
God,
somebody
that
that
brings
used
back
to be
a
like,
memory.
Okay,
like Ray turn down. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Hey, this is Sheila. How you doing? If you was
girl.
calling me, I'm not at home right now. But she would just leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Turn the music back up.
Girl,
No, no, no. Like, girl,
Well,
that's
see,
all I
hilarious.
I
could
would
imagine.
have a ringtone for different people. So if I would know who not to answer for, and like it doesn't. So I would have because I need to know who you are. Is it worth me getting up to get my phone? Oh,
She used to
that's
love VHS tapes.
no.
Yeah,
Oh, I think we do. I think my mom was at the VCR at the house and like VHS tapes or whatever. And I'm like, my thought him away, but she won't. She wants
Mm.
to, but I'm like, I
I
guess.
wouldn't either. It's hard for me to throw that shit away. Nigga don't have a VCR nowhere. But it's for some reason, it's like you never know, nigga. Like now
Like
you know
Hilarious.
I
back in
remember
the day they
watching
used
like
to
New
do
Jack City on
collectors.
like VHS. So that's like, damn,
When y'all was kids, did y'all collect the VHS like the Disney boxes? Remember? Like every time a
mm-mm.
Disney movie would come
Yes.
out, they would do like a whole VHS box. And I used to have a lot of those. I had the Little Mermaid, I had Beauty and the Beast, I had the Lion King. So like it
Mm-hmm.
was a thing to collect those like
Mm-hmm.
after a while, especially after Disney
I
put
didn't do
everything in a
that.
vault. So you could only get things at a certain
Mm-hmm.
time and then they'd stop selling the shit.
I
True
like
that.
gangster movies when I was a kid. So I'm like
It was like all that
South Central. So I never wanted
shit. OG
to.
Bobby Johnson.
You know what I'm saying? I never wanted like the Disney movies. I'm like, I want to watch. You know, I'm a
Girl,
weird
I was
child.
into all of it. I was into the Disney movies and Sparkle and that
But
and
see,
South
the
Central and what
Sparkle,
love got to do with
because
it.
I
All of
like
them.
the 1976 Sparkle version,
Oh,
and
no, of
I like
course.
the
And
this.
I'm
I
sorry, I
like the
thought that was
first
1970.
Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
The first Cinderella, I like that one. I used to
What
love the
first
My
one?
Singing
Girl,
Song.
what first
Well,
Cinderella?
we know how
The
they
white one.
remade it. They remade a couple of them. I don't, you know,
I know that's what I'm trying to know. Which one
I'm
was the
only
first
remembering
one?
Brandy, the remake, the
no, the
live one.
cartoon one, the
Oh, the
Oh, the
cartoon
white one.
one.
Okay.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
why I needed you to specify because I instantly went to Drew Barrymore as one of my favorite Cinderella movie ones, but that's besides the point. Y'all know
I
that
used to
one, right?
record a lot. That used to be my thing. Like one of my, I kept my VCR because my favorite movie is I Like It Like That, and I recorded it. But now I got the DVD player.
Jamie,
So
why do we have these moments? Do you know that's what girl? It's in my
front to
Amazon.
back.
It's in my
Oh.
Amazon. What do you mean?
It's everything. That
It
is
is
my
everything.
I gotta
favorite.
watch it.
I love it.
Chino, like I love.
They say
Oh my
Brandy is
God.
their favorite Cinderella.
What?
Brandy's Cinderella is my favorite too.
That's all the black girls' favorites.
Right. It's like that's as well. But the cartoon, I like the cartoon because Brandy and with the braids of it all, it was just so different to see all that. Oh, the movies of it all. We should have a movie panel to discuss our favorite movies. It's gonna probably be the same movie because
I would like to see Princess and the Frog. I would like to see them convert that into what they did with Brandy with the Cinderella.
A live action.
Yep.
Who would play?
I would love that.
Who would you want to play Tiana though?
Somebody we don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
like a new person entirely.
Yeah, be a new person. Somebody needs
somebody that can act her ass off.
Fresh face, can sing, act. Preferably from New Orleans. There's a lot of good.
Because they gotta have I want them to have an accent.
A real one. A real one.
That would be everything.
Not the made
never get our accent right. So they need to get somebody from here. There's a whole bunch of talent in the city. Go look for it.
Somebody said Halle, but Halle's about to do the adaptation of the Mermaid.
Halle Bailey.
Oh, I'm about to say, girl, what the fuck?
Halle Berry. Like Halle Berry can't say that.
Mama, she gonna play. Look, I was
Anika
mama in that movie.
Let's see.
Anika, she does the voice of the princess, but is she from New Orleans?
She is not.
I feel like Anika Noni Rose is too her age. She's aged out because in the movie Tiana isn't, older. She's kind of like in her early, 20s or whatever. So I would want it to be somebody who, can be that age.
So Puma, I would say Puma, but she's not dark complected. But this is Erykah Badu's daughter.
She said Puma. Why I thought about Black King Crew.
I was so confused.
I was
like Puma.
Is
it gonna be a trans? Is it gonna be a trans?
She got the vocals. She did a TikTok.
Oh, yeah, I have seen her.
Y'all. She could blow. She probably would play that role down to the ground with the right training and stuff. So I think she probably would do good. But I think she may get backlash because she's a lighter tone, whereas the character was darker. So she probably, but she could sing to the ground.
Like that's Erykah Badu's daughter. She don't need this opportunity. Get this to somebody who people not already
don't know.
Not gonna give her a job.
No, she don't need a job. No, I feel like
that girl, she probably don't even want to do no shit like that. She probably want to do no Disney shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like she don't need a job.
I don't know. I feel like she'll be open.
Bobby said
she covered the song.
I love.
And she got millions of views.
Don't act like I don't love them.
Oh, we love Erykah too, but no, it's because it's true. It's like maybe not give it to somebody.
Yeah,
like maybe don't give it to a kid of the like. Don't give it to a kid of a star because they already have stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
I do understand that. I understand it.
It'd be
cool. Let her audition at least.
She can audition, but don't just be sliding holes into spots. Like, no, you need to work for like everybody.
Ooh, Ryan Destiny.
We know Ryan,
but perfect.
Ryan Destiny.
But I don't think she can. Oh, she can. Cause she was singing on Star, right?
Coco Jones. She played Hillary on Bel-Air.
Oh, I do like her.
Honey, speaking of, I found some graphics. So why we not gonna review the whole show of it all? We know Bel-Air is the reboot, of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air from back in the 90s and early 2000s. And I feel like people have been having mixed reviews because I think some people felt like, if it's a reboot, it should be a comedy. It should be exactly like the first show. And I guess they didn't pay attention the whole time it was being promoted, that it was going to be a drama and it was going to be a more serious tone just from the perspective of somebody who went from Philly to Bel-Air. And I liked it from the moment I saw it. I liked the movie trailer the guy did a couple years ago. I liked the little snippets of the show. And when I watched the first episode, I stayed up and binged the first 3. Could not wait till the 4th. I'm gonna watch episode 5 tonight. I I feel like the show made me remember Fresh Prince was really, really goofy. Because in real life, if somebody from Philly moves to LA, I do feel like it'd be more hard for him to adjust. And when we watch Fresh Prince, it seemed like okay, it wasn't that big of a deal. He now here in LA or whatever. Everyone's is happy he's here. What's up, Uncle Phil? But it was a very light-hearted storytelling of it. And this
Mhm.
one, from the beginning of seeing how hard it is in Philly, how drug I'ma shoot you because it's basketball game, and I'm like, oh, and even seeing how they took each character and like put them times 10, because Jeffrey, the fucking house manager, and he's no longer the butler. He's from Jamaica with his accent. He got these. I was like, hey Jeffrey, can we have some flambe? I like how Uncle Phil is more, well, he's not as friendly. He's not as open. He's, to me, I'm like, I haven't figured him out this yet. Like, is he shady? Is he really a killer? Is he gonna be their DA? Like, I think there's these elements in him that's good, but also like, what is going on behind the scenes? Even how Aunt Viv has this weirdness with Hillary, so she's not as supportive, but I want to do what I want to do, so that's different. It's just like each character is the same, but and I because I'm like, bitch, how is it so good? So I love the show, but what do y'all think?
I absolutely love it. I was a bit on the fence about it at first because we saw the short film that dropped like 2 years ago and it went
Mm-hmm.
crazy, right? And then of course Will Smith, reached out to the guy, whatever, and they got this into production. The guy that played on the short film, I thought he was going to be a part of this show, but I found out that he wasn't. So I felt the way. I was like, so y'all just X him out? Like, how y'all just do that?
No,
But as I watched
he's the
it,
creator. He has like
no, no, no,
he's
no, no.
the
No, not her. See, that's funny. My boyfriend thought the same. They're two different people. So the person that
oh the one in
created
the
it is still working.
the one
Yeah, the one
in
that's
the thing.
in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, him. So I felt the way until I watched it and I saw this guy actually is too old for this role with how they were trying. So that's why he didn't fit into it. So I was like on the fence, like, I don't know if I want to watch this, but I feel a way about how they did things. But as I watched it and saw the credits, I saw that the guy, because I also thought the guy that created this wasn't a part either. And I saw that, oh no, he did a lot of directing. He was really a part of this.
He's
Okay,
in
okay,
it.
I'm tuned in now. It was freaking awesome. I'm still watching it. I'm loving Jeffrey. Jeffrey is cute. I don't care what nobody's talking about. He is cute, girl.
Yes.
And what I noticed about Jeffrey always got his eyes out when people think that he doesn't. When he said something to Uncle Phil, and he said, "Oh, I seen Will in his lonely moments or his quiet
It's
moments or something." I said,
unguarded.
his unguarded moments. I said, baby,
You watching.
baby. I said,
Yeah,
Jeffrey
he's
got his
trying to
head on the
make the right
swivel.
decisions. He's trying to make, you can see he's trying to do the right thing. Bruh, I picked up on
Jeffrey is
Jeffrey from
everything.
jump. I said Jeffrey is some type of reformed child soldier. Like, I already
Yes.
I was like, I don't know what type of shamanism he had to go through to get his soul clean, but it seems like
Right.
he has killed people without much effort in his life. You know what I'm saying? And I loved that there were similarities, but then stark differences, good differences. I even,
Mm-hmm.
Layers.
because I actually did that to do it in podcast form, and I released the first episode on my website, free to everybody, bondyblueshow.com. And then, my members got the episode 2, and y'all will get the rest of them when I put them up, just, let y'all know that. But yeah, so I have like really watched episodes 1 through 4, and like, at first I was like, I don't know how I feel the first episode, but by the time you get to episode 3, seeing the differences, but seeing how they redid them for this time period, I loved it. First of all, Carlton. Carlton is a sellout in this day and age. Like, Carlton would not be walking around with the sweater tied around his shoulders in 2021. He would look exactly like the Carlton on this show, which is dressed fly as fuck. Okay. I don't know if y'all paid attention, but Carlton be fly as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he is, letting them say nigga in front of him, which, like,
That
nowadays, that's
pissed
what
me
niggas do.
off.
It
I
pissed
was
me off too.
like,
If
And that
that ain't a fact, Bondy, that's
never
why they
in my
say it so much, because they get away with it.
exactly, never in my life have I wanted to turn off hot nigga before. Y'all, that's one of my favorite songs. I can't not be buck when that shit come on. As soon as I hear the sirens, like Jungle Beats, I'll holler at you. and True being on something. But you know, it's
That was so flicked. Even with
that
rapping the song, it was terrible.
bruh. And you could tell they just wanted to say the N-word over and over again. And he's sitting up there talking about Will use the race card. I wanted to jump through the fucking screen on this nigga.
Right.
Love
Carlton is
Even
a
seeing
mess.
the disconnect between Will and Carlton, I feel like it's real because Carlton being the only boy there and feeling like somebody is taking over. I'm like, that's a real conflict. He may not be so open to Will coming because I don't think we also thought how much time had they spent really hanging out. If Will is in Philly, you know what I'm saying, on the East Coast and they over there in LA on the West Coast, how close are they? It's not as if they're cousins who were like raised together, know each other. So I like how it didn't come in Carlton like, okay, fam, like, why you got my clothes on, bro? Why are you really here, bro? Like, I like that conflict, even though I can't stand Carlton. I can't. I feel what I will say this. I didn't like how so many folks calling the actor ugly. I feel like
I didn't like that shit. That made me mad.
Yeah, made me mad because he has beautiful black features. So it really angered me to kind of berate him, like, oh, you know, Carlton is this and he's also ugly. I'm like, he isn't ugly. You know what I'm saying? He's 30. He shouldn't be 30 playing a teenager, but I get it. It's fine.
Come on, Jeans.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he looks good.
Man, 30 years old looking like a teenager because his skin is so smooth and velvety. But y'all sitting up here talking about he ugly. If y'all don't get away from me with this white supremacy, I don't have time for this.
The bullshit of it all.
Hillary. Love this version of Hillary.
Yeah.
Shauna, I agree.
I need the stylist info immediately.
You said who?
The stylist. Oh no, she be dressed down. It's definitely given Legally Blonde black girl. Like it's definitely given like, you know, dressed down to the nines and shit. Cause it's always like those little cute suits, but midriff showing because it's 2022. I did not like her wig at first. The wig was bothersome. It was like she has money. Why does the wig look like this? Get this together. You know what I'm saying?
I remember the wig.
Yeah, the first couple of episodes, that wig was problematic for me. It seemed like it might have got like it needed to just be pulled back a little bit off of her forehead. It was too far. It needed to be pulled back a little bit. And it seemed like they might have pulled it back a little bit eventually, but she was dressed to the nines. I like the fact that she was cooking for everybody. And another thing, Uncle Phil is more realistic. So think about it. The first few episodes of the first Fresh Prince, Uncle Phil is like, Will, listen to the classical music and all of this. And it's like, nigga, you married to a black woman. Please cut it out. In real life, a black man married to a black woman is going to hold on to some of, you know, what black people are into. You're not going to completely, you know what I'm saying? Like take yourself away from it. So I feel like Uncle Phil originally was not a true depiction of what, not at first. I'm gonna say eventually.
They changed him. Like
they did. Then it was showing him during his, you know, college days when it was Black Power and all of that. Remember, we had those episodes with him. What we're seeing is straight off rip now with him being a part of a fraternity. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're showing more realistic versions of these characters. And Aunt Viv is everything. Aunt Viv cursing out the principal. You didn't look at the fucking cameras. I loved it. Loved it.
But you know what I liked about the show? I feel like
y'all Carlton is 23.
Oh, okay.
He's not 30. Just FYI.
They said he was 30. They said he was 30. See, they be like, see, that's why I can't listen to folks.
They be lying.
Honey, too damn much. The internet people
look
around here.
Good. I mean, he's still playing probably like a 16-year-old. Like,
I wonder if they said that because they were calling him ugly and it was something to be mean. Say he's people be on fucked up shit. What I do like as I was watching episodes was how there were these hints of old episodes. Like I like how they put Jazz in here, and Jazz isn't like a bummy dude who don't do. He's a business owner. He's also, you know, doing other things. But I like that. I like how we got to see Trey and him back in Philly. Even when they had the scene of them playing basketball, and he was talking to one guy like, "Oh, you from wherever?" I felt like that was the Alan Payne episode because he was the other black guy at the other white school. So the little nods to Fresh Prince that you will only realize it if you watch, you know, the old episodes. But
watch the show,
I'm happy they got a 2-season pickup, so we know they'll get a season 2. But I feel like this show can go way further than that because the stories can be told in so many different ways that, and it's just good acting. It's good
layers to the story. Like everybody got their own thing going on. Aunt Viv dealing with the art. You got the uncle over here dealing with his campaign. You even got Jeffrey involved in some stuff. You got Carlton not only being the ass to Will, but he over there. Okay, he over there doing whatever it is that he do.
And Hillary likes Jazz.
Yeah, and
I
that was
know. I was
interesting because
like,
I always saw it
ooh,
the other way around. But I was like, I like this. I liked
because
it. But the little
Jazz,
sister a mess though. They're gonna have to
Him
keep
was
their eye on little
cute.
Ashley.
I
I
think
Say
love
Ashley
what?
gonna be a lesbian.
I said it. I said it. I said it. I said,
Yes.
why did no
Okay.
Ashley be a lesbian? And I was
Gonna be a
absolutely right.
lesbian. But I
Yeah.
like how they're making this story be. I think people can see themselves in each character in one kind of way. And on the first one, it was so friendly, for lack of a better term. This just seems more realistic. Even how somebody brought up in the comment section how the conversations between Will and his mom are
Mhm.
amazing. I do like how she keeps telling him like your crown is ready when you're ready to wear it. And I think if
Mhm.
more moms said that when their sons ain't really ready to be who they supposed to be, but like I see your crown, son, but once you see it, it's there for you. I, I just I can't wait to go
I
get watch the show.
wonder
It's
what
amazing.
event is gonna happen that's gonna cause Will and Carlton to really get closer. It seems like maybe they're starting to get to that place already because I feel like Will be, or if he hasn't, he's gonna start saving his ass for sure. Especially when
Yeah,
it came down to the voting registration stuff. Because I still feel like Will should be on his ass after he pushed him in that pool.
honey, Will or Carlton at least two ass whoopings. At least two. Two and a
For
third. I
sure.
don't know. But I'm like Carlton. But I think it's good that we have like it's good that we have someone that we don't like, but we don't know. Because when Hillary asked Will, do you know what you've been through? So I feel like when we kind of figure out whatever Carlton's history is to see why he made be such why he made such an asshole, it may make us feel like we don't like someone, but we don't know the reason they're an asshole. The same way that
Mm.
Carlton don't know why Will kind of don't want to be there, but has to be there. So it's bad. It's like they both don't get the other person's story. But I'm like, it can
Right.
all unfold. It can all, girl. This is the best way to do a reboot because
Yeah.
it makes sense. Because some reboots and some replays be some bullshit. We're gonna let that
The
be.
only two reboots
Um,
that hit is this one in the game so far.
and I'm happy I got season 2 as well. So
The
that
game
Mm.
makes
was
me very, very
good.
happy.
The game was actually really good. I was surprised.
And they're not replaying it on
Mm.
BET,
They
the
are.
game. But I'm like, they can't show ass on BET. Um, let's get into I don't know why they said that. Ladies Who List. The season finale comes on tomorrow. I still feel like not much be happening on these episodes. Because like when I was reading my notes, I was like, it was really just one conversation that happened and some things, and then the last conversation. The middle stuff, which was more of the real estate stuff, I don't say I didn't care about it, but I was like, y'all don't be doing much about this. But I will say the couple who bought the house and the husband who got the boyfriend got shot. I was watching the episode. I'm like, I gotta Google his name, what happened, because I'm like, how you buy a 1.8 million house? And then when she brought up, oh, he was shot. I'm like, he was shot. I'm like, what's Google? What happened? What's this man's name? And to hear, how he was shot 15 times from the robbery and sued Kroger and got like 80 million, and the guys who did it with it, I was like, damn, that's a lot to go through. And to now see him in this house with his wife and his child, and to see how I was like, that's amazing. So I do like the fact that the show is showing us other folks' stories. So that part was cute, but I still felt like it's the same old, same old. So I don't know if they're going to season 2, but I'm like, I need new stories. I need new stuff because the episode starts off with Robin, Tiffany, Tiana, and Kiana still fussing about Robin saying how people without kids don't get what people with kids go through. And even though Kiana admitted in her confessional that she do know that she was projecting her own fears, insecurities, or whatever onto the ladies, I don't like that she never said that to anybody because that could have been a conversation opener for them to not feel like she's so fake and fugazi. But Kiana
Mhm.
has this facade up that makes it hard for me to feel like the women who aren't close to her doesn't have a reason to not be close to her. You don't seem friendly. I still do feel like they all could have squashed the argument sooner, but it just kept going and going and going and going and going because I feel like Kiana wanted a moment to keep fussing. She wanted a moment to keep arguing, and I wish Robin and also Tiana would not have gave her that space to keep being the star of that moment to say, I don't like what y'all saying and listen to me and my opinion matters. But it was some bullshit in my opinion. What do y'all think about the whole back and forth of it all?
Well, first of all, this is supposed to be their season finale this next episode Friday. So they show over. So, that's it. I think that the show was good. I think that for the episodes we got, I think it endeared us to people. I think it made us like people. It made us dislike people. But either way, it got us interested. So if they come back for another season, I feel like they have the viewership to come back and give us more for a follow-up season. I didn't feel like a lot happened. However, I think they're making sure to show the real estate because I think we saw a lot of that this
Mhm.
past episode, even though I think they stretched the shit out of that fight, but they kind of wanted to show the natural progression, I guess, of what happened, which was that fight carried on for a long time. But Kiana is exhausting to me. Like her and Kira have that in common, like this indignation. Like you're an adult, you're a grown woman. Either have a real conversation or don't engage. But when you have these conversations with people and it seems as if you can't be real because you're mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, why couldn't you just be honest with them about what you were feeling and what you were going through? And those women probably would have been there to support you. You know what I'm saying? And it would have
Yep.
drawn y'all closer, but you wanted to make sure that you was checking somebody. That's all she cared about was making sure. And that's another thing. Her and Crystal in the confessionals, they think they're smart. So like they are saying things in a way to set up narratives. And I noticed it about the way they talk, especially Kiana. Kiana is all, well, I'm just so fabulous and I work so hard and I'm so scared of being broke. So I'm always doing the absolute most to say the least. Like it's just a lot of, and I get it. There's a way to talk about your accomplishments without seeming as if you're constantly doting on yourself in every fucking confessional. And it just seems weird. It seems
Mhm.
disingenuous. And it's the same thing with Crystal trying to make sure that people know how difficult Robin is and how much of a
Mm-hmm.
saint she is for being like a sister to her. Like, girl, yeah, they just doing a lot and it's not giving what it's supposed to give. It's like when you're on a reality show, you got to be honest, and they're not being honest.
Yeah.
Thank you. We love you too.
Yeah, Kiana was doing a whole lot. And I just really didn't like that she was making a private issue a public issue without them knowing. Like you have your
Yeah.
own, like you just heavily projecting. I did appreciate the fact that she acknowledged that, when she got in the confessional. But she just definitely did a whole lot for me. And she's not coming off as likable, no matter how many accolades that she put out into the atmosphere.
Or so.
She's making
Or how
herself
dressed
not.
she is.
Yeah. Okay. And Crystal, irritating, especially the sit down with Tiffany. I loved how Tiffany
Oh,
collect her. Loved how she collect her at the end. Oh, she got her together. At first, I did feel like Tiffany wasn't being direct, but Tiffany started to get direct. And when she started to get direct with you and call you out about your BS when it came to Kira and other stuff, you didn't want to have the conversation. Then you
her
wanted to cut her
completely
off and you
detached.
wanted to move on. And I just and then she also now she's trying to flip the whole people don't like her and they like Robin more. She's trying to flip that into colorism now all of a sudden. And then you got Kiana in the comments going along
Right?
and agreeing. I'm just like, this is a whole lie. Let's lie
Because
and say we did. That's not what's happening here. We
For
just don't
real.
like y'all. Like we may love y'all, but we don't like y'all. So it's just what
because
it
it was
is.
it was weird at the Met because at Kiana's Met Gala. First of all, Kiana's Met Gala theme party to me looked fabulous. I love how the ladies came dressed or whatever. But when I seen all the ladies leave Crystal and I'm like, where they going? I'm like, what's happening? So I do wonder who idea was it to have them two talk. Cause Tiffany looked like, why can't go? So seeing
Production.
the conversation, girl,
Right.
you on some
Production.
bullshit. Seeing them talk, I do feel like Tiffany felt like Crystal had an issue with her, but she wasn't gonna bring it up. So her talking, I do feel like she wasn't being
Mm-mm.
indirect. Technically, she wanted Crystal to say, what is your issue? Like, cause you trying to get something out of me, and I don't care to have this back and forth with you. And I think when she was like, if I don't vibe with somebody, I don't vibe with somebody, and that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like that's a valid feeling. Like if I'm hanging out with people, if we don't vibe, I don't dislike you, but I'm like, hey, we just, it's fine, fine, fine. And I like when Tiffany said, why do you feel like everyone has to like and be your friend? And that kind of matched Robin saying that she gathers friends up and she don't know how to act if somebody's not her friend. And it kind of showed her not getting Tiffany saying, we just don't vibe. And you can bring up as much as we're in the same industry. We both black women, we both are closed attorneys. But when Crystal said, you will befriend a real estate agent without a closing attorney, I was like, so you saying she like Robin and not you, but using our title. So I do feel like Crystal was on bullshit. And Crystal just wanted Tiffany to say, well, you know what? Let's try again to be friends. I think she wanted her to say, I want to be your friend. And Tiffany was like, I don't think about you. Like, I don't think about you or the industry to be like, I have to be friends with whoever do my same job. And I was like, Tiffany was like, bitch, I'm gonna pay you dust. I'm gonna sit here and pay you dust. Even if you get up and walk away, I don't care. I'm done. I was like, okay, girl.
Tiffany also was on some, I feel like even though I felt like she was being indirect, I feel like she was trying to keep it somewhat professional too, because I feel like some part of her really didn't want to go there with her. She was trying to keep it like, I ain't gotta like you, we ain't gotta coexist like that for real, girl. But you know, so I feel like she was trying to do that. But I wanted her to like, no, tell her. And I was glad she did.
Let me tell you something though. I feel like they have had conversations in the past, and Tiffany knows exactly the type of person that Crystal is. Yes. Like,
that's true.
For instance, the whole situation with her calling her to ask if she wanted to move her clients over to her because Tiffany was pregnant. Like, no, it has nothing to do with your skin tone. And I want everybody to stop saying that, because if there's one thing about Crystal, the bitch is gorgeous.
She
is. Hair, skin, teeth, clothes,
beautiful.
The biggest titties I've ever seen. But still, the bra is holding them up. The bra is holding them up. She has, I mean, everything. She's always cute, always dressed. Hair is all like, she's beautiful aesthetically. But at the end of the day, you're a fucking weirdo. I don't know what your parents did to make you feel insecure about yourself, but you're a fucking weirdo. You're a grown-ass woman. You shouldn't even be worrying about if somebody like you or don't like you, or if the energy is weird. If you straight up ask somebody, hey, do you have an issue with me? Because I feel like the energy is weird, which you never really did. You were trying to do the lawyer thing, roundabout ways of trying to get information, trying to get somebody to say something to you instead of you just saying what it is. And then when she was direct and said, okay, so let's talk about you stealing Kira from me. Okay, well, let's discuss that shit since we won't talk about what the issue is. Let's talk about that. Then all of a sudden, I just wanted to have a conversation, and this is me not caring anymore. Girl, what?
That was so ignorant, girl.
That was like, what the fuck are we talking about? And then she went back to Robin and said, oh, you know, she didn't want to have the conversation.
But it's like, what conversation? Like, what, you wanted her to say something for you. Why couldn't you just say how you felt and then, you know, leave it at that?
Exactly. Bogus. You could tell she was trying to manipulate her into saying something, and it wasn't working on her. So instead of having the straight conversation, you somehow tried to flip it. And everybody's like, what the fuck is going on with this bitch? And where is she getting her bras? You know, because I mean, listen, if you have big titties in a small waist, you know it's a situation at all times. But she looks like amazing. So this is so not about her skin tone. And I want y'all to stop saying that shit, because sometimes it's about that. And I feel like in situations like Basketball Wives, when a whole cast is, you know, pinpointing one person, then we can have a conversation. That is not what is happening right now. The whole cast is not shitting on Crystal. We just don't like Crystal because she's weird.
And she be on bullshit.
And she's not genuine. She's not genuine. People more so like Robin because they feel like at least what you see is what you get, versus somebody that pretends to be nice, but really is on some manipulative backstabby shit. Nobody wants to have to worry about that.
Agreed.
She gonna learn if it's another season, because they're gonna be like, girl, get out our face. But was there anything else from that happened on this episode? I don't think it was nothing. So we're gonna see what happens next week at the finale. If it's gonna be another same old. Okay, let's get into Ready to Love.
Ready to fuck.
I feel like it was a lot of dates, but I'm like, but did anything really happen? We did get 2 new singles, Tina and Donovan, who's on the end in the pink dress and also the little suit. I feel like Donovan is cute, but I still feel like his face is round and flat, which is weird. Now, Tommy do let the people know that there will be no more people being added to the show. This is the last, 2 newbies coming around. And Tina and Wiley went on a date, and then Precious and Donovan. And the weird part for me was Tina and Wiley seemed to like each other on their date because they're around the same age. And then with Precious and Donovan, even though she brought up how he has this amazing aura about him that's like sexy and masculine, and I thought he was vibing with her, but he was like, she's a wild stallion who like doesn't want to be tamed, and I just know like that's not what I want to do right now. And when she told him, I'm going, pursue you, I do wonder if Precious is coming on too quick or whatever, because even though he didn't like turn her down, it still made me feel like something was up. And then I thought Laverne and Joy went on a date, and so did Demetrius and AP. I don't think AP is honey, somebody is acting dumb. I don't think AP is ready to date because she keeps bringing up how, her husband passed away. She's not really ready to open up to men or whatever. I'm like, why you here? That's weird. And then with Laverne telling Joy how he's never really had a traditional relationship. He just been dating people giving out dick. I'm like, sir. I mean, he look like that's what he do. But yeah, admit that. But what do y'all think about the first couple of dates that people went on? I think Jamie popped off.
Okay, I'm here. I was trying to. My mouse is acting stupid, so I'm just sliding shit around in my. Okay, first of all, I don't know what's up with Tina. Like at first, I thought she liked Wiley, but then by the time we got to the pool party, she was all in Paul/Robert Kelly's face. And that just gave me like, okay, we don't know how we feel about you. Donovan. Donovan seems too manicured. Something about it makes my ass itch. I don't know. And wait, who did he go? Precious. Precious is thirsty and needs to put that cat on cool. Okay, put that cat on cool, Precious. You're doing too much. It's not cute. And I get it. But you should only be this thirsty with dick that belongs to you. Okay, you don't be this thirsty with random dick. That's not cute.
Cause she was like that with Donovan, even at the pool party. It did seem like, did y'all think she was just drunk, or
No,
she was just being extra?
Heat. I thought she was some cat in heat. That's what I thought.
A little bit of both, yeah. A little bit of both.
Oh yeah,
she said she had been celibate. She was celibate for like 6 months, but that's what's weird. It's like I wanted to believe that she was celibate because she wants to find that right guy, but then she goes and she leads with that type of energy. So I don't know what Miss Precious wants, but she was definitely doing a whole lot. I should have noticed that last week when she was faking about Paul and how much they have connected. And I don't know. I feel like Precious should be the one to go home. Tina, I don't know about Tina. I feel like we don't really know enough about her, still learning. She had that sit down with Wiley. I thought it was going to be something because they're both young, but IDK, I agree with Bondy on Donovan because I'm like, I don't want to be the one to put that label on somebody that ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that again. But listen, it ain't adding up for me, baby. It's not. It's not adding up for me.
She was not for him.
Girl,
and then it was him sending around the dudes.
Oh,
when he was sending around the dudes with nephew Tommy, it was given that he was really trying hard to like really put on his like, you know what I'm saying, like really relax himself. And I was like, baby, you are forcing this for me. Okay, I don't believe it.
Feels a bit forced. Yeah,
I still love Eric though.
I liked Eric. Eric reminds me of my cousin. But with Donovan, the shit that was so funny to me about it was because Precious was trying so hard, and that nigga was just staring her straight in her face with like a smirk, like girl down, girl down.
But even hearing about Eric knowing Eric knowing Carmen and them vibing.
He was smirking at her like, girl, I don't fuck with you like that. Stop playing with me.
I
was mad when she came in and like interrupted him and the Kia. I was like, what is you doing? Get out of here. I don't want you here.
That's gonna get her sent home.
I've been feeling since the beginning that she just likes to say, like, she likes to choose a man. Like when she said Clifton, I felt like she chose Clifton because all the other girls said Clifton. And then when it came to this situation, it's like, oh, she ended up having a quiet moment with him. Let me go and break that shit up. Like, she's just a weirdo to me. I think she's constantly in competition with other women because she's insecure. Poor thing.
And she wants to win the man, but to say she won.
Girl, I'm still not over her talking about
I
her
can see
hair
it.
was real. But it's thin.
That
Yeah,
part.
that made me mad. I was like, that was
But it's
just
thin.
no need for that. But I feel like if you've known him for all them years and y'all can vibe but never want to be together, why are you now all of a sudden in his face? And I do feel like Eric was being nice and did not want to be like rude to her. So he did, really didn't say much, but I still wish he would have like paid her dust and just, made her feel
Right?
like she had to walk away. I think he was too diplomatic in that situation. But at least the kid did not feel like, well, I have to, fight for his love or whatever. So I guess
Yeah,
that
she
was a
was
plus.
unbothered for
But I
sure.
don't like how
Mhm.
Paul want to get his fingers in the Tiff, and I mean to Tina. I'm like, Paul, I thought you like Precious. Why
He
are you
don't.
trying to
He know
suck up
don't know
on
no
Tiffany?
woman.
I mean, I was talking to Tina.
You know them ladies don't want him, so he want to start fresh with somebody else. And not him trying to throw Sabrina under the bus because she didn't want him. But in addition, I think that Tori gonna snatch up Miss Sabrina from Demetrius. I
You think
think that's
so?
gonna happen. The way he
Well, she
already
Yeah,
did.
he's fun. I think Tori is funner. I think he talks more. He communicates more. He like even when he did the little rap, I thought he was high, but I still thought it was like probably you could have a better time. Demetrius be seeming like he be in his own head too much.
I feel like we haven't even really heard him talk or do anything. Like even when him and AP was on a date, I still felt like we didn't get to know him at all. It was just him questioning her. But I'm like, sir, but who are you? What do you have going on? It's like I don't know who he liked for real or what he want to do for real because we don't really see him much. That's why I was so surprised when the ladies all liked him around episode 1 and 2. I'm like, but what is he doing? I don't think he doing shit. And then when Tommy came in and told them how, well, y'all have to let whoever know who going home, and it was between AP and Precious. I do think those are the right bottom two, but I feel like they both could go home because, well, I think the men may send AP home because they think she's not ready, but I feel like Precious may go home too because they think she's too party girl ish.
Yeah, I can see them keeping AP and sending Precious home. But I don't know. It's up in the air. Because I feel like Precious can be redeemed from the party girl aspect, right? But AP
Mm-hmm.
is just a stick in the mud, I guess you say. Like, just, it's not.
I think either both of them gonna go home like at the same time or one after one another. So it don't even matter. I think AP, her man is not here, so she needs to go back home. Also, I have questions about AP because for somebody that seemed like, oh, I'm not a Lois Lane, but my husband was 15 years, 14 years my senior. Girl, what the fuck? What the
And they
fuck?
were married for I think 10 years, she said.
And she's what, 42?
Mm-hmm.
So that means she got with him when she was 32. All right, that's reasonably adult-ish. I'll give her that. Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't want to fuck no old ass nigga. That's just me. But, but if he was fine, maybe I guess. But something made me feel like he wasn't fine. But
But they showed a picture of him. He was cute. They showed a picture of them. Well, I don't know
that
how
was
old
his
it was though.
face, right, and that was his face. I saw his face, but he still looked like an old dude to me. You know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of like, I wonder what that was like for her. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think she's ready. It just doesn't seem that way. 5 years may not be enough. And then also, why come on a show like this? What was the dating like? Have you not dated at all? I just have so many questions about AP, and I don't feel like anybody's gotten to the bottom of it.
Not even her.
Bye, girl.
Anything else on that show? I don't think anything else really happened with them people. Because I'm mad it was a cliffhanger. I'm like, who the fuck went home? I don't need to wait the next week. That just aggravated me. First of all, we need y'all to like something, and we need y'all to like the video. because liking is the thing to do. If you don't like the video, then y'all owe us $5. Married at First Sight last night. Was it last night? Yeah, last night. I was surprised that we
Ready
got
to
so
argue.
much. Huh?
I'm ready to argue, motherfuckers. Let's go.
Lord Jesus. I was surprised Stephen nor gave us anything, but I feel like it's always Noy annoying us. I think her full name may be annoying.
I know, right? Annoy
Because it's
you, annoy.
crazy. I feel like
Weird as
them
fuck.
talking in the beginning about how he didn't get how she was so worried about his finances and him having a job, and him not realizing and her not wanting to compromise on the 3 kids. I like how Keisha Pulliam said on the after show that being self-employed and being unemployed is 2 different things. So it's not as if he's unemployed; he's just self-employed. And
I've been saying this. I have been saying this, that it did not mean that he didn't have any money. He was paying rent.
Correct.
He was taking care of himself. He just wasn't working a job like she wants him to work. And she feels like it needs to look a certain way in order for her to feel security. But that's stupid. That's stupid. You want 3 fucking kids. You should want that man to be able to be home and, be accessible to you and to 3 children and still make money. So I feel like she's just being closed-minded about it. And I want her to understand that y'all are never going to be in a refugee camp. Like, at least not in the foreseeable future, Jesus. I'm putting it out there into the atmosphere that will never happen. But I'm just saying, like, and even if that does happen, that means that we've all been fucked. That does not mean
that's
that
not just you.
So poor. That means we've all been fucked.
All gonna be around there.
That means we gonna be there together, baby. It's not just gonna be you and him, okay?
But it's like it showed that she doesn't want to compromise because you don't even want to understand
when she got up and walked
that he don't.
But
I was confused the whole time. I was like, why? Why she mad? Who knew was messed up? Was it good noodles? Was it no more noodles? It was so
that man
weird.
Noodles. She took her shit off and left his noodles on. And I feel like either you forgot or you just didn't give a fuck because you're used to doing shit just for yourself. But he pointed out that she let him overcook. And I feel like that wasn't fucked up. I had to let that nigga know not to overcook noodles too. What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
But it's like if you say you're gonna cook the food, I shouldn't have to watch my noodles because you cooking the food. But I didn't like how she left and didn't say shit and then would not answer his calls and then posted the thing on IG. It doesn't work. It was too much for me.
That made me so mad.
Well, I think it showed that she's immature and she's annoying. And I feel like him saying, there's healthy communication and that's not healthy. Like I would have apologized.
Is that the right way to do that? No, that's not the right way to do that.
Right.
Well, I think he was like, you left and I didn't know what was going on. And I saw your IG post. So you did some immature shit for no real to say, well, you should have critiqued how I made the noodles. I was like, she just made me mad.
I do not like no soggy ass noodles, girl.
And it wasn't even about that. It wasn't about that. I feel like she fucked over that man Noodles because she mad he don't have a job like she want him to have a job. That's what I think. I think you being like doing little small passive aggressive things to shit on him. And as soon as he say something about it, that gives you an excuse to leave and act like he did something to you when really you mad about the way he lives his life. But you can't really be mad because he paying his bills and looks like he's taking care of things. He don't look like he asking you for no fucking money.
And then that's the other thing for me that was a bit awkward. That's number one. Self-employed, being able to take care of his own SHI, right? Period. First of all, y'all are just in this marriage relationship, whatever. You over here trying to make immediate decisions and feeling away when y'all got your whole life ahead of you. That may be how he feel in this moment, but 3 months, 4 months from now, he might change his perspective on that. In addition to that, did she say that she worked for a staffing agency where she finds people's jobs and stuff? So why are we blowing this up out of proportion? Because should it come to a place where he needs a job, girl, that's what you do. And if it's not going to be with your company, you're going to be able to tell him how to go through another company and also how to negotiate his contract so that he can make even more money. So what are we doing here?
And Mark said on the after show that they're in the same industry. And he's like, I don't think people understand how much money someone in technical sales makes, first of all.
I said that shit. I said that.
So that means
Because he has a savings.
Yes.
I have a savings and I'm
So
sitting
he's
here. I
been
don't have to work.
stacking so that he can spend time. Right. Like, I'm like, yeah, like people do that. Like, I didn't realize people did that shit when I was younger. But as soon as I quit Fox 8, that's what Lyric did for a little while. He worked somewhere until, he stacked money to be off for like a month or two. And then he go, get another job.
People
Like,
do that. What a
until he
thing.
found something he wanted
It's
to do.
called
But
a
the bills
savings.
still got paid. Like, at the end of the
They have
day,
a savings.
ain't nobody about to be
Yeah.
out here hating their fucking life just so you could feel secure. Jobs aren't secure. That's another thing. Her
Facts.
idea of security is not real. Yeah, Chris, not Mark. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know sometimes some of them white men, they just Chris, Mark, all of the things run together for me. I'm sorry, baby. Yeah, Chris. Chris said that they make money and then it's easy in Boston to go and get that money. They're in a place that is easy for them to make the money. So, and look at him. Don't he look like he make money? Like nothing about him screams poor.
Yeah, he not worried. That's the thing about it. I'm like, he don't.
People just mad. They just mad
Yeah.
that he's not getting his money in the traditional way that they feel that you're supposed to get it based on what society tells you you're supposed to be.
Which is so
Everything else.
And it all leads to a lot of unhappiness. But good luck.
to those people. Katina and Ola, I feel like the biggest thing with them was the fact that he's never dated a black woman. And the weird part was when Katina's friend was saying, like, he said he hasn't dated one, and then his excuse was because he's never found a black woman who found him attractive. I'm like, he's an asshole, yes, but you're attractive. Like you are an attractive black man. And when Katina then said, well, he's half Irish. And I'm like, bitch, so what? And the friend said, but he looks black. Like, you can give all these reasons as to why, he isn't, quote unquote, 100% black, but he anyone seeing him is going to see him as a black man. So it was weird to me that Katina kind of didn't see the friend's point in saying that it's something weird with that. Have you talked to him about that? Well, yeah, we talked about it. And I don't know if Katina has these glasses on, she can't see shit fully, but I really want her to kind of wake up to see he may be on some bullshit that you just can't see yet. But also when he brought up how she went grocery shopping and she came back with water and bread, I was confused because I was like, did you go for water and bread? Like, where were you at for 2 hours? So I do wanted that part too. But yeah, I don't get how he has never dated a black woman, and
I can tell you
because they don't find them attractive.
I can tell you. First of all, he said he's never been in a relationship. That means that he's had sex with black women, but he has never really dated any black women, and it's because he's a fucking weirdo. Like he's a little lame. And probably also he has a white mother. So you have a white mother, you grew up around white people probably, and you're a little lame. So you may not be the black guy of choice once girls get to know you. Like, for instance, most times dudes are fucking girls they meet at school. Girls that meet you at school have enough time to be around you to find out if you lame or not. So that might be the reason why you didn't fuck with black girls like that, because you would only probably be around them at school since your mom was white. So there's that. But yeah, I just feel like that bothered me because it also made me think, so did you always have like some negative depiction of black women in your mind? And that would be my next question. And I don't know if they had that conversation, but he seems to love like her. He seems to like, I'm not gonna say love her, but I'm gonna say he's trying. I'm gonna say I feel like the only thing that worries me is that they haven't had sex. And so I'm wondering if you are sexually attracted to her, because why haven't y'all had sex? Or are y'all lying about having sex? Which one is it?
I wonder what he said. I don't know what he dates. I don't know if it was solely white women or if it could have been like Spanish women or something. Either way, it wasn't a black woman, but it is what it is. When it comes to Katina strikes me as a person that doesn't really hasn't had a lot of relationships, and obviously they weren't successful. So with this situation, she's coming off as though she's guarded and she don't want to hear anything negative that a friend may have to say. Like, no, like we've talked about that. Like, that's not like, so it don't matter what the friend would have talked about. If it was something Katina would not have wanted to hear that's going to make him look like not that perfect shining person she may want to portray him to be, she wasn't going to be open to hearing it. So those are just really my thoughts. I'm not really feeling no type of way about him dating somebody or not dating a particular race in the past, because I ain't never dated no damn no white person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah,
That's
I'm
true.
obviously black, so I mean, I don't know.
That's the difference, though. That's the difference. You black and you dated black people. If you told us you never dated a black man, then we'd be like, really?
Never had no black dick. Never. It's
Really?
really good.
Are you sure? Like, we would be wondering how the fuck did that happen? Because that just doesn't make sense in our minds. Like, we live in
And
America.
that's why
Like,
y'all mind boggled about
a little
Mr.
bit.
Isaac.
But to me, not really. Like, when you tell me somebody grew up with a white mom, probably didn't have much of a relationship, or if they did have a relationship with their dad is not the
His
type.
dad lived in a home. His
That's what
dad
I'm about to
died
say. Okay, his dad
That's the
died. That's what
weird
I'm about to
part.
say.
when he was like in college or something, right?
To me, I
I
Yeah.
was
think.
about to say that sometimes those black men don't have relationships with their black families. And or if just I'm just saying, just sometimes based off what I've seen from some of these relationships and these kids and why the kids don't be around black people like that. And they'll spend a lot of time being around the white side of the family is because the black side is mad that the daddy didn't, when married and had kids with a white lady and all of that. So y'all know how people be. So yeah, that's my idea why he probably wasn't around black people like that, because he was probably around the other side of the family. He said it when he talked about having sex with the aunt. I mean, with the mama and the
Mom and
daughter.
daughter.
And
And
the
he was
daughter,
talking about they
yeah.
was friends with his cousin. I told y'all they was probably white women because they see, they fetishize black men. They see you as bucks. That's
Mm.
why they think it's okay and it's cute for you to fuck them and their daughter.
Oh, help
I'm like,
me.
him and them chains. Michael and Jasmina. I feel like nothing much happened with them. Him talking to his sister, whatever, and the sister like, maybe she has these scars and she doesn't trust you because she doesn't know you. I was like, whatever. But her friend like talking to her, and I don't like his tone. It's like you don't like nobody's tone. Well, and also he, what you say he when he's right, he's right. He doesn't want to like do whatever. It's like that's like you like that. Like I feel like Jasmina did not want her friend to kind of let us see you complaining about shit that you do to other people. Like y'all are the same
Mm.
person, and so you complaining to me when she said, "I've known you 4 years. You never admit when you're wrong." Well, because I'm never wrong. I'm like, but see, that's like him. So it's weird that she couldn't see you're talking and you're explaining yourself, and you can't even recognize that because you feel like, but what I'm saying is right. I'm right in saying he's the issue, was not me, it's him. And I do think if they don't make it, it would be because she does not want to take any ownership over what she may not be doing right in their marriage. I do think Michael will at least admit when he's fucked up. He'll suck it up, say, yeah, I'm sorry, whatever. But I don't see her, I haven't witnessed her take any role of, okay, maybe I can do this differently. I think she keeps looking for, I don't like what he's doing and he needs to change and not me. And I think the friend
Mm-hmm.
point was, but you do the same shit he do, so how you not mad at yourself? But what do y'all think though?
I like the fact that the friend went off. So it seemed like the friend never even met Michael. So she really went off
Mm-hmm.
of what Jasmina told her, and she was able to call her out, okay, for the things that how she know that she is. And I feel like that was more that the friend did than what Alyssa's friend did for her. So I definitely appreciate that, and I do agree that they are definitely damn near the same person, and it's always going to be about the issues of somebody else versus the issues about Jasmina, and she just gonna have to learn and just grow through this process. But they didn't really give us a whole lot to really talk about for me, so that's all I have
At
on
all.
them.
I feel like Jasmina is fucking exhausting, to tell you the truth. Like, I feel like she is exhausting. Don't nobody want to be around somebody that want to fight about every little fucking thing. Like, to me, I'm still not over her being mad all of this time over that man saying he expected negative things to happen when a group of new people of different backgrounds come together. That's what he told her, and that is what made her mad. Well, I don't expect things to be negative, and you shouldn't be negative. Girl, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, she made an argument about shit that actually happened. So a fact. She made an issue out of a fact. That's somebody that you never gonna really be able to win with. And that is very
Mm.
exhausting. And I feel like I hate the fact that we have never seen this man raise his voice or come at her
Ever.
any type of way, because I really don't want to believe that she's lying. But something makes me feel that like you will lie just so you could win the argument, because that's all you care about is being right. So you put up blinders to your own negative attributes because you don't want to see the negative. Like, girl, get the fuck away from us and him with this. And
Please.
Alyssa, Alyssa's friend actually did say, I know how you can give these guys a hard time. I was just like, girl, listen, I know what
You don't know how.
she felt like. I know she probably full of shit, but she's still my friend, so I don't want to get into it with her. I don't want to get into it with her behind this, because if I tell her what I really think, she gonna get mad at me and start crying and shit, because that's what she like to do whenever somebody be honest with her. She start crying like you hit her.
I do hope the friend gets to meet Chris though, for some reason. Like, if we don't have him on the screen, let her meet him, because she did say, I wish I would have got a chance to meet him. And that little piece that she said lets me know that she does know that her friend be on bullshit. I would have liked for her to kind of call her out a bit more, but then it's like, what can you really call her out about when you know she's sitting in your face giving you half the damn story? And the things that, let me say, production, I have to clap for y'all, because every lie this said, y'all hit us with the behind the scenes footage or the back footage, the rollback. I was so here for. I said, yes, I need her to see herself, because every episode, every 2 minutes, we hear I'm a really good person. And I need her to see how she really showed herself to be on the show. She's so irritating.
I think she felt like as long as she wasn't on camera with him, if she's talking to production, they're not gonna record that. And I felt like production had noticed she on bullshit. So cameras are always rolling. And if you won't talk to Chris and you gonna talk to us, we're gonna air this footage. And her and Chris both have to tell, he told his mama, she talked to her friend. I like how his mama even brought up, it's a good thing that it happened now, because imagine had you been in it longer, it would have been worse. She wasn't in it, it's fine. But her friend saying, well, she's usually hard on guys anyway, so I wonder. And I think Alyssa telling this fabricated story of how it was Chris who did not want to try. It was, I really feel like she has a mental issue, because you can't be that confused about what we all saw play out on television. Like the fact that you would say, don't let him come talk to me, but then say, well, he knew where I was. He didn't talk to me because you told him not to. So it's like, how much did you expect him to chase you to where you felt like, okay, I've made him, suffer enough. Now that we're back, and I know producers won't allow this on the show if it's not me and him. Now I'm ready, so now he should be ready. You dogged that man for 11 days, and we kept asking. And I like how when she said, well, he never talked to me about whatever, but we see the footage of him consistently like, let's talk about whatever, and she would get up and walk away. She would never want to have the conversation. So I feel like I love the fact that we all see she's full of shit. And she can't. I do wonder if she'll come on the reunion based on all this footage coming out of her being a bitch. I do think she may be one to like, I don't want to come on the show because I look so bad and I can't explain why I was this bad on camera with production. But she gets my goddamn nerves. Lindsay and Mark, I feel like their whole thing, nothing mattered until they got to the goddamn bowling alley. Because it's the same thing. He wants to say how he feels, but he don't know how. I don't care. But Lindsay saying how you need conflict in order to be intimate. And when Katina rolled her eyes, I do feel like we've seen Lindsay roll her eyes about Alyssa all the time. How you upset at Katina for doing what you do too, and then to try to check her, to me is dumb. And I liked how Katina said, girl, don't talk to me, stay over there, like, we're gonna get along. And I also like how OohLadies, don't let her get you riled up, quietly to her, to kind of let her know, like, don't even let her win. And even how Mark said to Lindsay, we don't want to have an incident. I'm like, they all know Lindsay be on bullshit. Boy, for to go from that to her in the bathroom just reading his whole life for dog shit, say he's an idiot, he isn't a strong man, he can't speak up because his life is in crisis. She said he only makes $60,000 a year, selling memberships at a gym. and how she hates him. He's a pathetic loser. I was like, do you know you are being recorded right now and all of this will be on there? Mainly because he told you how you talk to people makes me uncomfortable, because it doesn't always have to be an altercation. And I feel like that's why Mark said, I don't want to tell her how I feel, because he told her how he felt and then she attacked him. So he just doesn't want to keep having conflict with her. So I'm like, girl, look, just divorce her now, because I don't see her changing. I just don't.
Yeah, I think they in for a whirlwind. Go ahead, Bondy.
So for me, y'all, even though I recognize that Lindsay is like an obnoxious alcoholic, I did not see the issue in the scene. In the actual scene, whatever Fatima's energy was, I didn't understand what had happened in order for it to get there. Like, are we still mad about the last time we was around her, or have we been around her for long enough and they just haven't put that clip in the edit? Okay, because I feel like I was missing something with all of the energy. You know, it was like something had just happened and we just didn't see it. So there's
You
that.
mean of with Katina and
Yeah,
Lindsay?
yeah, with Katina, child, whatever her name is, Katina and Lindsay, yeah, at the bowling alley. And then I'm sorry, but Mark standing up in front of everybody and saying that, you know, Lindsay ain't shit in front of them, I did not like that either, because at the end of the day, you need to learn how to man the fuck up and say things to your wife in a way that can get her together. Okay, she needs somebody to nut up on her, and you just seem incapable of doing that. To me, he said that shit in front of everybody because he wanted backup. He knew that saying it out loud would get everybody behind him, and he could just walk away and skate away with the situation instead of putting her ass to the side and saying, hey, I don't want you to get into it with this bitch. Can you please calm the fuck down? Because in all honesty, if you my people and the girl is rolling her eyes at me and all I'm doing is just talking, I haven't said anything to her and she got an attitude with me, why are you coming at me because I asked her what the fuck is her problem?
But
Okay.
I think it's different because she asked him why his need to change, and then they had a conversation. I think he did quietly say to her, like, "Would have done one altercation tonight." But if you keep going, like, what is he supposed to do?
But all she asked was she asked one time what the issue was. It wasn't like I kept seeing things. Like, did you keep seeing things, or was it just
I
that
think
time
they
when
probably
she
cut
asked
all
her?
that off because they were saying how she had been drinking.
They had
I
to cut
think when
it
she
off
gets drunk, she acts stupid.
Yeah, I feel like she's obnoxious, but I feel like it's one thing for somebody to be obnoxious and another thing for them to be saying and doing shit to you while they being, you know, drunk and obnoxious. Either way, I still feel like Mark is over there fucking on the girl with his bed bugs, with his little balls, not making her come, and not having a real job. Like, at the end of the day, she did not lie. She shouldn't have threw all of that shit in his face, and he should not have taken anything from her because she was going to use it on him later. But I still feel like in the moment, I understood where she was coming from because she has gone above and beyond to help him out of wanting to be with him. And he has still been shitting on her, but still taking the help. And to me, it feels like you like to take advantage when you feel like it. And then when she aggravates you, then you just be like, I can't, you know, I don't fucking like her. But you still fucking her and you still like living in her place, which is roach free. Okay. Like, at the end of the day, you know, she might be right about how you don't have your shit together in the first fucking place, but how you know, sitting up here judging me. I'm sorry. Lindsay is aggravating. Lindsay is an alcoholic. Lindsay is a bit of a Karen. But at the same time, I wish at least the person she was fucking and doing all of this stuff for had her back a little bit. Like, goddamn.
I don't know. I feel like I had mixed feelings a little bit about the Lindsay and the and her husband situation. Because I understand she was mad at him and he didn't really like give her the support that she wanted in that moment. I felt like it was kind of messed up for the things that she said in the bathroom, but some part of me felt like it wasn't messed up a little bit because she thought she probably was having a private moment.
Yeah, I don't think
and she was lashing out,
knew.
snapping off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of like you were still talking that information to another person, which is shady. You know, it's like, dang, like you over here doing him much worse than what he did you. Now, when it comes to Miss Katina, going back to Katina and Lindsay, Katina, I think Katina, I mean, of course, she's probably the youngest one. I don't know. I feel like she probably hold on to some stuff. I don't think it's something that Lindsay actually did. I think that if it is something she did, it happened a long time ago, and she's just purely annoyed by Lindsay, to be honest. So it don't matter what she may do, she's gonna feel away. But I also feel like this, Lindsay, that's what you get. Because remember, you sat up there when it came to Alyssa, and none of us care for her. But you sat up there and made faces too. And when Alyssa asked you why you was making that face, you said, "Oh, I'm not doing anything." So then you were met with the same energy by way of Miss Katina. You said, "Why are you rolling your eyes?" She said, "Girl, you don't like to talk to me." Hilarious. I screamed. It was comical. It was funny. But I feel like that karma came around a little sooner. The only messed up part is that your husband didn't have, I guess he could have had your back more, but I feel like he kind of tried to. He told you to calm down when he was sitting next to you. Then y'all went off to the side to have a conversation, which in my opinion, Lindsay, you escalated because you're the one that got even louder, because when you're upset and you feel like somebody doesn't go along with what you say, you feel like you're being attacked. So because you feel like you're being attacked, you start getting
you saw production behind them on the other side. They went with other couples when they were talking.
I thought they were all sitting, like they were sitting right. You know how they be having them little seats right in front of the bowling
and they kind of went off.
Okay.
They had walked up to the side.
Okay. Because all I remember is screaming, you know, them screaming stuff in front of everybody to each other. And that's when I was like, you know, why is this even being talked about? But I'm going to just say this. It felt like it wasn't that big of a deal when she asked, and then there was nothing else said after. So when he brought it back up after the fact, I was like, why they must be editing things out, because I could not understand why to me, it felt like he blew that moment out of proportion. The girl said, stop talking to her, and they moved on. Okay. Chris was like, okay, we'll ask a new question. And they moved on. So I didn't understand why he brought it back around.
He didn't. She did. When they walked off, and she was, because they weren't even on camera. The production didn't even have the cameras up. You heard the audio of her saying, why your demeanor changed. He said, oh, I just didn't like how you said whatever to her. And that's when the conversation happened, because she felt like it seemed like right after that scene, when they kind of broke for whatever break to have production reset, they had a conversation on the side, and production didn't know they were about to fuss, because production had the cameras down. You seen producers behind them walking through the scene, meaning they weren't really filming like that. But because they heard the audio, let's put the cameras up. And I do feel like, this is my thing with that. If you know me, you don't vibe, let's take it back to Tiffany and Crystal. If we don't vibe, leave me alone. Katina and Lindsay both know they don't vibe. So don't question me about me. You know why I'm going to mind, because I don't like you. Because you know we just don't vibe. The same way Lindsay would do that to Alyssa. So it's like she wanted to do that to Alyssa, but gets upset when Katina does it to her. Don't question me, because you know we don't vibe.
Though. Everybody keeps saying that, but I think that situation was different. Alyssa was sitting up there crying with the fake white woman tears and doing all of this bullshit in front of everybody, and all this bitch was doing was making jokes about sex. Like, I just feel like the energy of the conversation was different in the first fucking place. And I just don't feel like Lindsay was being negative towards Katina in order for Katina to give her that energy in that moment, is what I'm saying. Before
anybody don't like you question me, if I don't like you and I roll my eyes and you question me, I'm gonna have a worse attitude. Because it's like, but think about it. Lindsay said to Mark, well, we know she was aggravated because she rolled her eyes, which to me meant you knew she already was already mad for whatever the reason was. So trying to check her is what made it worse, because you know she pissed off.
Sex. Listen, at the end of the day,
I rolled her eyes too.
I feel like and that's cool, but I feel like if you don't want somebody to say something about your facial expressions, then don't make them. But don't be sitting up there in front of me rolling your fucking eyes and shit, and then expect me not to say something if I feel like saying something. If you feel like rolling your fucking eyes, I can feel like asking you what you rolling them for. And then we can take it from there. And like old girl said, don't talk to me. And she was like, fine, I'm not going to talk to you. And they moved on from there. But I still feel like he did not need to constantly be checking her on behalf of another bitch. Especially when, to me, it seemed like whatever issue they was having, Lindsay wasn't necessarily doing anything to anybody. So don't be sitting up here trying to
this is my question. Was he checking her on behalf of Katina, or was he trying to say, how you act when we're around other people, it makes me uncomfortable? So
I
you
think
doing
he is
this
feeling
made
that
me
way,
uncomfortable.
but I don't think that was that moment. I think he's taking from the previous moments they've had and projected that onto this moment. But it wasn't all of that to me. Like it wasn't a big deal to ask the bitch what she was rolling her eyes for to me. And everybody acting like she was so out of pocket for that. But if the energy is already there, then why is it so much worse when I bring attention to it when we all already feel the fucking energy?
Lindsay
Like,
need to stop drinking. Lindsay stop
yes,
drinking and stop having Katina and
absolutely.
Lindsay around each other. They
That
don't vibe. I
no.
think the thing is they don't when anybody don't vibe with each other and there's tension in the room, like there's no reason for us to be around each other on a regular basis because you know we don't get along. So that's gonna cause issue. And if people are like, well, how can we not have issue? Because it's like because that then brings everybody else down because we all trying to avoid these two people fussing. So we can say, look, you know y'all don't like each other. Just don't even talk. So that way we can all still have fun without y'all two fussing. Because it do seem like before that situation, they was all laughing and joking, trying to keep them two from getting to this point. And then boom, now we at this point. And I think when Lindsay drinks, she pokes a little bit more. And Katina, like, I'm not going to
Somebody said
bow
they
down to
vibe
her.
with Alyssa though. They like
Who?
Alyssa ass though. They gave Alyssa ass all of the patience in the fucking world.
I think Alyssa is a bitch to
Child,
what's
Alyssa's
his
a
name?
bad
Chris.
person. She
Alyssa
said
weak.
Alyssa's a bad
Lindsay ain't
person.
weak like that.
She gonna
That's
bark
another
back.
thing. That's another
She
thing.
gonna bark back.
And I low-key
Yeah.
respected about it. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I honestly respected the fact that she said to Katina, what the fuck is the problem? Like, because I felt like it's immature to me to be sitting there like, bitch,
But
either be
even if
there or
saying
don't
that
be
caused a fight
there.
with your
That's why
husband,
Mark told her to chill out because he knows
right?
that she can escalate things, and he didn't want any
Okay,
of that to happen. And also, this is the
I
other thing
feel
when I
y'all.
say that Miss Girl Lindsay feels attacked is because maybe he wasn't. And I think Mark, number one, is a poor communicator, which also bothers Lindsay, right?
Right.
Maybe he wasn't telling you to calm down for you. He probably thinks she's worse than you, and he doesn't want to see you involved in that. But
And
it's
that's why I say he
always
needs to
about
learn how to talk to
perception.
her.
Yeah, it's
It's
about
about the way
perception.
you
So they
talk to
need to
her.
get to know each
Please.
other.
I think he needs to balls up a little bit. I think he bitches up too
I
much to
think he
her.
does for sure.
And he needs to like have a Steve moment with her fucking ass and be extremely direct and don't let her tears and all of her deflection get in the way and just say exactly what it is. And no. This is what you're doing and it's fucking bothering me. And everybody's telling you that this is what you do. But I also feel like when they're alone, he can't do that. But you could do that shit in front of everybody. That shit bothered me because the girl still helped you clean up that nasty ass apartment. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, she's
I wouldn't do
still
that.
being there for you in a
Period.
way that you're not being there for her. Like, what exactly is
So
he giving her in this situation? Can somebody tell me?
so I saw a lot of people online feeling that that hot mic moment that Lindsay had, they feel like that's a no-go. He shouldn't go back to her. What do
Oh, he
y'all
shouldn't.
think?
He shouldn't. He shouldn't.
He
I think
He
if
shouldn't.
went.
that's how you
He
feel
shouldn't.
about somebody when you pissed off, you say those like if she just
That's
said how
too
she's
many
mad
negatives.
because he didn't support her. I get that because you just mad because he didn't support you, but you dog him. You went for the
She said
jugular
his
in
dick
every way
small.
you
She
could.
said he can't
She
make her
did.
come. She
She
said he
ate
don't make
him
no
up.
money. She said she don't respect him. She said he a bitch. Like, to me, that make me feel like you don't respect him. And if he's not going to make you respect him in a way that a man can do without being violent, of course, then at the end of the day, they need to let it go. Because I think Lindsay needs a stronger personality for a man. I think they thought he had a strong personality, but really he doesn't.
He
I
don't.
think they didn't realize
Not at all.
how much she can go, and he ain't gonna match that. And now was the shit gonna explode.
Yeah, I
But
needed
they're gonna
him
be
to match
smiling
her
next
energy
week,
a
so we
little
gonna
bit.
see.
Not her
'Cause I'm like,
clowning him
y'all
for making
smiling?
60 racks. I said, well, Lindsay, what you over there making, girl? Lindsay over
That's
there
what
in the
I
six
said.
figures, clearly.
I'm like 60 isn't bad if he can afford
Damn.
this, and her house smaller than his. I mean, what you gonna talk about?
But she probably got a nice spot, like your location.
Mm.
That
I,
view, the all of the light, the brick, The exposed brick and
But I
shit.
kind of, that's why I kind of felt a little conflicted when I was like, I felt where Mark was coming from, but I kind of felt Lindsay on the snapping off a little bit because you ain't even showing me that you even got my back, like,
A little
wholeheartedly or
bit.
whatever. But you see what I'm saying? But I've shown up for you
Yes.
in so many ways in such a short amount
Yes.
of time. So it's like, I don't have to sit up here and whoop de whoop de la 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 with your raggedy, say your roaching and
Yes.
all,
I
So
agree. I agree. I was
felt
not
it a little
mad.
bit.
But
Everybody
if
was,
she say all
I was
that
like, she
and
went
then go
far.
back to him, but
That
like
was
if
it.
she said all that and go back to him, to me she two-faced
Foolishness,
because you
right?
feel those
He
things, but you
two-faced
don't walk
too,
away
though.
from it.
He two-faced too, though. He the same motherfucker that talk all that shit and apologize while you upstairs and then go back upstairs and fuck you.
We'll see what happens with them next week because there's always gonna be some foolishness. But let's get into some gossip chat. So a lot out the blue happened in the past like 2-3 days. The first things that we have is Brat and Judy got married, and I just wanted to show some of the
Girl.
amazing photos from their wedding with the Brat looking, in my opinion, absolutely amazing. Judy looking absolutely amazing,
Oh,
and
is
the
that
fact
what
that
you
they
think?
both, yeah, I think they both look great.
You think they look amazing?
Yeah,
Okay.
that the way they dress on a regular day, this matches what they wear. I think people have to wear what they think is comfortable, and that matches
You think Brat
them.
looks comfortable?
I think Brat wanted to be feminine and masculine, so this was their version of a suit dress. I didn't like her after the reception suit thing that she wore, but I do like. I think Judy looks. I love this look. I think the thigh being out is extra extra, but I think they are extra. They dress extra on a regular day, so I wouldn't expect their wedding to be any less extra than them going to an award ceremony. I think it's just her dress to well just because it's to hers. Judy's dress to me is a dress that other brides would wear. Brat dress is different because Brat is masculine and feminine. I think Brat has never, well, at least recently, she hasn't. I don't want to say picked one side or the other, but
Listen,
she's
listen.
so
You do
both.
not
It
have to
matches.
explain that to me. You do. I know who Shantae is. You do not have to explain this masculine, feminine shit to me when it comes to the Brat. But there's a way to do it, and I can't
But
lie.
what didn't you like?
She looks uncomfortable. Where did the hairstyle come from? 1997? Like there's so much like it's a costume to me. Why didn't she
Really?
have on a beautiful embroidered suit that she could feel comfortable in that was tailored to her body that maybe had a tail with the jacket so that she could actually walk around in it and feel comfortable versus this. Then she took the hair off and put another piece of hair on. All Judy did was take one skirt off and she was the same. So you know that this wasn't really like Brat's comfortability. I just felt like it could have been done way better. The shoulder
Well,
pads are
they had a
terrible too.
video. They had a video that Brat and Bo Judy put up of them with their. Oh, I gotta take this off. With them, I guess getting fitted for their stuff.
Judy looks great. I think Judy's dress is beautiful. The only thing for me is I feel like her body is already so like, everything, like big hips, big ass, big titties. And then you got tons and tons of fucking fabric. I just kind of feel like it's over the top, but it's for, it's Judy. It's her style. I think Judy looked great. Brat is my problem. Brat is my problem because it could have been done better and in a way where she looked like herself instead of like some 1997 lesbian going to the Zulu ball, bitch. What is the shoulder pads for?
I think that may be her style. She may be stuck in the 90s.
Girl,
She
listen.
was in prison.
I know,
You may
but
not know.
girl, look at that hair. It looked like she just took it off and sat it on the table. Like, like that shit looked like somebody just put it down. And I'm put the curly wig on, shake it out, put the bang down, shake it out, put the curly wig on, put my little loose linen fit on. I'm comfortable, not can go out there. Girl, it should have been a beautiful embroidered suit. Matter of fact, see that shit that Judy got? Like this, it should have been something extra on one sleeve of the jacket. Like I really feel like it should have been some beautiful suitage, and it should have been a pant. It should not have been whatever the fuck this is.
Well, what if that's what she wanted though?
Obviously, that's what she wanted, but this is my opinion. So I don't give a fuck about what she wanted. I'm talking about my opinion, and my opinion is this shit is trash. I'm happy that y'all happy though. I'm happy that y'all happy, and you know y'all rich as fuck, and that's all that matters. And Judy looks amazing.
Well, I don't give a damn, to be honest. I did not care anything about them getting married, none of that. Only thing I liked was the flowers coming from the ceiling. Other than that, everybody's covering this story like it's so amazing. I could care less. That's why I kept scrolling past it when they was talking about it. Like I'm not.
Is she pregnant?
Yeah, I don't care for the brat. I don't care for the brat. So
They
I
say
don't
Judy pregnant.
give a damn.
The brat is very male identified and problematic. I mean, I have an old school love for Brad, you know, but currently Brad is problematic in just so many different. That hair, girl, you ain't gonna convince me that somebody should have gave her that hard hairstyle, bitch. Not a hard hairstyle. Oh Lord,
I didn't know you didn't like Brad.
Get it away.
Tell me about it later. Let's get into baby news of it all. Everybody pregnant. Kat from Black Ink Crew pregnant with her second baby, with her first child 8 months. Jessica Dime is pregnant with her and Sean's first baby. Shay Bucky Johnson pregnant with her first baby. We don't know who daddy is. And then Kiki White is pregnant with her 11th child round here. Everybody knocked
just
up.
Wasting money on a mommy makeover BBL. Waste of fucking money. I'm just saying. What was the point of that?
What's in the water? Because they all look around the same, you know, the same months or whatever. Like they all look about, about 6 months pregnant.
I'm happy for Shay. I'm happy for Shay, especially because I know that Shay had fibroids and a lot of issues. So I'm happy for her, you know, no matter who the pappy is, because I feel like it was difficult for her to conceive. So shout out to her. I knew Jessica Dime was pregnant because I follow her and I saw it all in her face. She looks amazing. I just want, you know, she says she's Mrs. So I'm like, are you Mrs. like Yandy or are you Mrs. like for real? You know, and then I didn't even know Kat was pregnant. So shout out to her. That's what's up. And Kiki, girl. Somebody said they feel like Kiki is competing with Nick Cannon, but I would like to remind y'all that all of Kiki's children are in one house.
Oh, help me.
Instantly taking her out of that hood boogery that y'all are trying to compare her to. That's our problem with Nick. It's not that Nick has so many children. It's that Nick is creating broken homes with all of these children. Kiki is the mother. So all of her children are at the house. Okay. And there's always a man there. Sometimes there's more than one from what I hear, but ultimately there's always a man there. Okay. She said that this might not even be the last one. So there might be a baby number 12. I'm going to just say this. I think it's always a blessing when people can bring life into this world, you know, but it also sometimes makes me think about the psychology of what it would be for a woman to keep having children like this, as if you have enough of yourself to split amongst 11 children, even if they are in one house. I feel like there's no way you can give the appropriate amount of energy and time to 11 children all in the house at one time, seemingly. So I don't know. I just feel like Kiki has some type of issue that she needs to go and talk to somebody about, because having children ain't gonna fix it, obviously.
I want them to go and get Kiki her own TLC or Lifetime show. Carlos, come to the front. Carlos, can you create a show around Kiki and these children and stuff? Because I feel like she had something like that at one point. I would check it out and see what she giving. All these other folks getting money. So go and give something to Kiki. And I think Kiki is entertaining. So I feel like we wouldn't be bored watching it. So yeah, as far as Shay, congratulations. I think that's awesome. I do wonder, it could be a guy, but I also wonder if she could have possibly went through the IVF process while everybody's like wondering who the dad is and stuff. I wonder if that was possibly like a procedure and, you know, maybe there was not a dad or something like that. But either way, congratulations to her. So that is definitely a beautiful thing. I love me some Jessica Dime. So I'm super happy for her. And also seeing the fact that she and Sean are still going strong, right? All these years later or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
congratulations to her. And Kat, you better pop them babies out, Miss Girl. Popping them out back to back. She look good.
She
So
do.
congrats to her too.
Speaking of people and babies and mamas and stuff who kind of sometimes don't make no sense, Monique's mama was on a live. Don't know why she was on live. Don't know who gave her a live. And she was kind of questioning Monique because Monique is pregnant. And for some reason, the mama felt like, now was the time to be on live and saying maybe she not, maybe she is. But I'm gonna play the video of the mama being, kind of full of shit.
Only time will actually tell. Right. And that's what I said earlier on my walk. For us, that question, neither one of us believe that based on, evidences that we've encountered. However, it's sad no matter what. That's kind of how I see it. I think that, for Monique to put herself in this situation, it's sad because either one of the two options aren't good. To fabricate a pregnancy and then fabricate a loss is bad. To actually, in Monique's state of mind and her own state of mind, to have a baby would also be tragic at this point in Monique's life. In the same foolishness and mess that she had herself in the last time. Meaning, you're already at odds with who you're pointing the finger at to be the father, if there were a baby.
So that's what her mama was on live saying. And it's weird for any parent to say my child is not in the best headspace based on whatever their mental situations may be. But you go publicly and say all this, which can just cause more mental anguish. But what do y'all think?
I think Monique's mama ain't shit. At the end of the day, why are you online talking about your child like that? I don't give a fuck. And I've always felt like this about Marla. Marla comes off as somebody that can't wait to hold up her daughter's inadequacies to everyone so that they can see them and see, oh, look at her. Like almost like comparing herself to her daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, see how she's fucking up? I don't know what that does for you to get online and tell people that your daughter is lying about being pregnant when we've seen her at an ultrasound, I believe. Like we saw Monique at a whole fucking ultrasound not too long ago. So I'm like, why are you still going online talking about she lying about being pregnant? Like we saw her stomach and everything. Monique ain't somebody that's just gonna get, that's just gonna have a stomach. She little bitty. So I was just like, why would you even say that when we've seen her looking pregnant? So I don't know. But either way, I feel like Monique's mama is just as fucked up as she claims Monique is.
I definitely think that no, Monique's mom is an op for sure, and her dad for sure. Like I hate it. I feel like her mama has rolled her back about her being inadequate and not a great parent for years. And I just think that is totally unfair. And y'all like to talk about her mental health and her stage and where she is. Well, what the hell do you think that you're contributing to when you do stuff like this? Especially if it's people out there that don't like her and love to try and discredit her stories, you're just giving them more ammo to come at your daughter. Like, why would you want to contribute to that? And if you feel a way about it, that's fine as a parent if you don't believe her, but keep that SHI to yourself. Why did you feel that that was so important for you to come tell America about what your thoughts are when it comes to your child? And if anything, for me, it says more about you as a parent than it does about your child that's about to have a child. And when this child comes into the world, then this child's going to have to hear what their grandmama was saying, that they didn't even believe that your mama was pregnant with you. Like, what kind of shit is that? Did your mama say that about you when you was pregnant with Monique? That's what I'm trying to understand. And then the daddy with his start is over here just going along to get along. So we already know who runs the show over there.
You
Because
already
he's just
know.
going along with whatever. She like, yeah, if there is to be one. Like, I mean, just terrible. And then here's the other thing. You're riding on it. So she said in that call that she said it earlier when she was walking. She was like, that's what I said earlier on my walk. So then you get back online to say the same bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Girl,
because you're
I
trying to
can't
hurt your
take
daughter.
it.
And then people get
Exactly.
mad when Moniece acts crazy, but it's like, look at you know what it is though? Marla thinks that because her and Moniece's daddy are still together, that they can't be blamed for why Moniece keeps having children out of wedlock and having children with men that she's not in good relationships with. But obviously, y'all don't know what healthy relationships are because y'all haven't taught her what that looks like, which is why she's constantly getting herself in toxic situations. Let's be real, because this whole situation is fucked up to me. To have, you know, you the mama and the daddy and y'all getting online to expose y'all daughter in this very fucked up manner. It's just, yeah, no, they need
It
to stop.
makes me wonder, did y'all want her? Like, did y'all want her? Like, did y'all not want to be parents? Like, what kind of lifestyle did y'all? Because I think her mom was in radio or something like that, she said. And then I think her dad was like a singer, or I can't remember, but I feel like her parents, he was in music. So I feel like they were in entertainment. So it made, like, was she a burden? Was
Right.
she a
And don't
burden
forget
on
her brother
y'all
had
as she was
issues
coming
too.
up? Right. And then now, was she a burden when y'all were coming up? And now that she has her own family, or she has her child, y'all trying to be a burden to her? Like, it's not. And my mama would never. That makes
Bruh,
no sense to me.
somebody bringing it up in the comments, Lil Fizz, like that was the one moment that made us like Fizz when he was crying. Like, Marla, I feel like it's fucked up how you treat Moniece. Yeah,
I see, but
like,
Moniece came out and said how she don't even talk, like they haven't talked to her in months. So it's weird how they're giving their opinion on her when they haven't even seen her in months to know what she got going on. I'm like, but some parents just fucked up parents. So that's the weird part,
that's
that
her
they even feel
stepdad, not her real dad. Okay, gotcha. I didn't
Oh,
know.
he definitely shouldn't be saying nothing. And shut your up before we get to talking about you. Okay?
Okay.
So he really can be quiet. Hate to
You know
hear
what that
it.
reminded me of, y'all? It made me think, like, what type of parents were they to Moniece? Because I saw this shit on the internet, on Twitter today. Of this crazy. You saw it? The lady spraying her baby with the water. Like, she's spraying her baby with the water like a prank, and the baby's crying, like, stop, stop, and she won't stop. And she just keeps, and keeps spraying them and keeps spraying them and keeps spraying them until he just sits there and kind of like cries to himself as she's just constantly spraying her toddler with fucking water. I was infuriated
That is
watching it.
wow.
I hate any parents that record themselves doing stuff to their kids. Like, I don't even like parents recording themselves scaring their kids. I think there's so many toxic ways that parents think things are funny, but it's really traumatized. It's like, if you're like, there's no need to scare your child with a Freddy Krueger or whatever you scare them with. I'm like, that's traumatizing. And to see the kids screaming because they're scared, if that makes you laugh, that makes you a horrible person. Like, my parents have never, you know what I'm saying? That's not good parenting. It's like, why do you want to? Is a prank is one thing, a little ha ha thing, that's one thing, but there's a difference between a little ha ha prank and I'm trying to scare them purposely, and they're 3. That's stupid.
Yeah, my people used to
Crazy.
scare me. One thing, take their teeth out and chase me. It used to fuck me up because I felt like I was looking at a totally different person. But yeah, that's not as fucked up as this. Like, you know, taking your teeth out is because they was brushing their teeth. So they take the plate out and then, you know, ha ha ha. And I'm like, because I'm like 5, you know, and I'm used to seeing y'all with teeth. But yeah, this was different. It was heartbreaking to watch. Like, and she just kept spraying him. And he was
And
just
people don't
like,
need kids.
it
People don't
was
need
some type
kids.
of like abuse. I was like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, how could you sit there laughing? Please, somebody call CPS on this lady and get this baby away from her before she turns him into a psycho killer.
Honey, we're gonna pray for all them people that need Jesus. Summer Walker. So Summer Walker at a concert, and she was standing around singing, and the video of her talking to her fans is bringing up how she's aware that she did not sing certain songs. She's aware that they probably came there expecting her to sing more songs for her new album, but because she's still in her feelings about the things that she went through with her baby daddy, because she lived through it, she wrote those songs and it's emotional, and how she did not want to be on stage crying, she chose to not sing multiple songs from her new album. And people are wondering, you know, if you buy a ticket to someone's concert, do you expect them to sing the popular song that they are kind of known for? Is it ever, I won't say okay, but do artists need to sing songs that make them sad, I'll say, for lack of a better explanation. People brought up how Mary J. Blige, still sings certain songs, but she, feels some kind of way about back in the day, how Beyonce, singing Irreplaceable or other songs about Jay-Z cheating. You know what I'm saying? We've also seen many artists who will be on stage singing songs that made them go through whatever, and they cry through the song, which makes them sometimes feel close to their fans. Do we feel like Summer Walker is a lazy performer or a lazy artist because she won't, step outside the box of her comfort level? I guess is the way to explain it. What do y'all think?
Yeah, she lazy. She been lazy. That's a part of the problem. It's not just this one instance. It's the fact that she always, I mean, even her showmanship, like, I don't know if anybody saw her stage, but it looked like some high school, performance shit. Like, even when your boy was up there, Salty Santana, and he get up there and start doing the chicken and shit. But I mean, there's no background, there's no pyrotechnics, there's no showmanship about it. And it just makes you feel like, girl, at least perform the songs that people come in to hear you sing. But I also understand if she's not in a space to, sing a song, then I feel like it should be up to her discretion as the artist. But at the same time, she has so many issues with doing this. It's almost like, girl, go be a teacher or something. Go write, go produce. That's what she should do. She should start producing these hoes' music instead of being an artist herself. Because I just feel like she doesn't like doing it enough.
What was the song they wanted her to sing, Jaylee?
It was a few of them. It was a few
From
songs.
the Over It album. Can't hear you, Jaylee. You muted.
She named like 3 different songs that she didn't do and said that she knew it was a number of songs she didn't do. So I don't think it was just one song. It was like a plethora. It's like you go on the radio
songs
live
about the baby and stuff.
Yeah.
Songs about London on the track.
What she went through
so it
with
must
him.
have been that new stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been the new stuff. That's stupid. Because that one, I feel like this album was her pretty much like, to me, I would think like getting over the BS. Whereas last time, the last album was her, I don't know.
Going through it.
Either way, here's the thing. Whenever she goes on a concert or she does something, it's always some drama surrounding it. It's always something that's happening. Either it's the drama with the baby mamas, it's her not washing, dad taking baths, and it's always something going on with Summer. So I don't know if this was a tactic to create drama or what, but when it comes to the songs, I just feel like don't give us the songs if you don't want to sing them in a sense. There's a way that you can do it. You can start off with a snippet and transition it to something completely different. You don't have to, I feel like artists do that all the time. And it actually it may make me feel away, but it still doesn't take away from the experience of the show, right? Give us the first few stanzas. Like, I feel like Janae Aiko will do that. She'll start off with something and it'll transition because she knows how to make it flow. So I feel like Summer just needs to continue to work on her show. But some part of me also does not fault her for not wanting to sing this stuff, because maybe this is her way of starting to draw a line, because some people get tired of singing about their heartbreak stuff. Mary J. Blige, she still did it and does it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to bring her money. But I don't think that's something she always wanted to do, because she started off singing You Remind Me, stuff like that, So who really wants to sing about that all the time, only for it to manifest in her life? Then we have K. Michelle, who also don't be wanting to sing about that stuff all the time. But when you're tied to these deals, you're kind of forced to create albums surrounding that. And it sucks. So I do understand how she feels. Like, I don't want to keep going back to that space, but at the same time, I feel like there's a way that she can meet people in the middle. Not sing the whole damn song, because that's not what you really want to do, but give the people a little bit of something. Give them the first 20 seconds or something, and then switch over into the next part.
I think she needs more stage
She also
presence
could have dancers come out and dance to it. Say what?
She needs to be more stage presence. I feel like she knows how to go out, sing a song, and move on to the next song, but not really plan a whole show out to where I can combine, because my best friend is a singer, and she can do a 30-minute set and do 15 songs, because she knows how to sing 30 seconds of this, 45 seconds of that, and you make them evenly flow out so that it makes sense.
Yeah.
I do think if Summer did that, it may make her fans happier, and it could be a way for her to also get over whatever hurt and pain she's going through. I do think if you put out an album recently, within the past 6 months, you shouldn't be over singing. You ain't singing them songs yet. So it's weird that you made this album, made these songs, and now it's time to tour with this album, and you're like, I'm gonna not do the 4 top songs from that album because I'm still sad. It's like, well, you should not be able to tour yet because you can't even perform your song. So I do
I
feel
don't
like as
like
an
it.
artist, you have to give your fans your art, and you can't then say, "Well, I can't perform
And it
these
has to be
my
the emotion
songs."
too. That has to be the emotion too. Because I mean, I don't know about y'all, but Mary had a breakthrough. I'll never forget the performance that Mary performed No More Drama. And it was like, she was over the drugs at that point. It was moving away from KC, from Jodeci. It was like I just remember her putting all of her heart and soul into that performance, and it was like a life-changing performance. I'll never forget it. So I feel like what you think artists do. Like I can remember right now, Erykah Badu live, Yayo. She cries when she sings that song on the live version, and I love that fucking song. Like that's one of the best songs that she's ever done, Yayo. Um, so it's just kind of like, what are you even talking about? That's what real singers do. They get up there and go through the motions of performing the song so that they can connect with their audience. It's therapeutic for most people. So I just feel like she don't want to do this shit. It's always something with her.
She gonna
Yeah,
learn,
she
but
might well put out music and
Don't
just don't do no
perform.
tours
don't
then.
tour.
But
Don't tour
that's
if you
how
can't
she
do the
make her money,
songs.
because you don't make no money off them fucking streams. You gotta tour so you can make your money. But and then she look all weird and shit now. Like you put money into surgery, but not into the back of your stage. Like what's going on?
Ooh.
I mean, she gonna learn. Speaking of people, maybe not doing a job, Wendy Williams, who has not been on her show since I believe June or July, has been officially announced that Wendy Williams show will be ending at the end of the season in June, and Sherry Shepherd will be getting a new show that will start in September. That will be under Deadmar Mercury as well. Fans have been having mixed reactions, mainly because they don't want Sherry to replace Wendy. And I feel like Sherry, when she went on the show and she brought up how she's not replacing Wendy, that she's been trying to get her own show for years. And, it just so happens that this was happening. I do think some fans don't understand business. And I think you can't not be able to come to work for a whole season and expect the company to hold your seat because the show has your name on it, but it's owned by the producing company. And I think the fact that they have had this whole season waiting for her to come back shows how much they were trying to make sure she didn't lose her place. But at the end of the day, Wendy isn't ready to come back, and you can't expect them to have a whole staff on standby just in case she come back for the season. That's part one. And then with Sherry getting her own show, I know some folks don't. She isn't their cup of tea. I don't mind Sherry. You know what I'm saying, and I don't think a person who is in that industry getting their own show should be a bad thing, simply because of the timing of it all. I liked her saying, "I'm not replacing Wendy. She's a queen. She's done her own thing. She's a legend in this game. But this was also my dream too. And it just so happens that because of her, not being able to do her thing, this is not my time to do something." I'm like, everybody has a time to move on from their thing. And even them bringing up how Wendy may be possibly getting a podcast situation going on could be a good thing because she can't come to work. Like she may be able to do this podcasting thing from home and still heal. But I mean, I'm not mad at either thing. But what do y'all think?
I don't care. Sorry. I didn't really watch Wendy's show a lot. I primarily watched go to her YouTube and watch clips and stuff.
Oh,
I have never seen Sherry host the show, but I think she might do a great job with her own show. Like I feel no ways about this woman coming in because people have to understand. I'm not trying to die off Mr. Wendy, but just to know people retire is what I'll say. Okay, people move on in life, they transition and go on to do other things. So somebody else got to step up and fill them shoes. And it just so happened that Sherry was in this place in this moment. And it's happening for her. Like, I'm not even gonna hate on that. Like, do your thing. And because Wendy has the name that she has, she still has the audience that she has. I feel like she could go out and get her another opportunity. Podcast is great. I think she should do that as well as, okay, do the podcast. But I think it wouldn't hurt if she strikes some type of TV deal with these streaming services now. Like, go and do something on Hulu, or go and do something on Peacock. Like, go and find another opportunity on a streaming service, as well as have your podcast too. I wouldn't see nothing wrong with it. She's still Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm gonna just say this. Wendy show needed to be over. Like, I don't know what anybody is expecting. Like, Wendy show needed to be over. She's no longer on it. What the fuck are we talking about? And it didn't need to be more people on the Wendy Williams show. No, it just needs to be, over. That's it. And Wendy owns the production company. So I don't understand why you couldn't produce Sherry's show and still make your money without you having to be on TV, because it's your production company. So I think that's really how it's going to work. I do think a podcast will be better for Wendy if she is healthy enough to do so. When it comes to Sherry Shepherd is not going to get most of Wendy's black audience. She's going to get Wendy's white audience. And that's fine. And I don't knock a black woman getting on television. So if Sherry Shepherd can get a good show going on for her, and get a lot of seasons, great for Sherry. You know what I'm saying? But we all know Sherry doesn't feel like she's for us, for lack of a better term.
Oh, sorry, my damn mic was unmuted. So we're gonna see what happens in September. Okay, we're gonna see if Wendy comes out and says anything about what may really be happening, what's not happening. We don't know because we ain't heard from her. Last story of the night is Meg the Stallion, who's basically going not up against, but having to defend herself with Tory, but also Carl Crawford, who y'all know Evelyn Lozada's baby daddy. It's weird that all of this happened within like the same couple of days, with Carl posting up how she dropped the lawsuit against him, making it seem like Meg was maybe lying about stuff, and the case was dropped, so he was right, she was wrong, and she had to remind him, first of all, nigga, the case that I dropped was because y'all were not letting me release music, but I have done that, so there was no need for that case. But I'm still suing you because I ain't got paid for y'all motherfuckers since the first time I've been with y'all since 2018. Like, you so dumb, you don't even know what's on your contract or what's going on. So I loved her clapping back at him and his bullshit. Now with her and Tory, and also with DJ Academics, I do not like how people are still coming at Meg and she's the victim in the shooting. I do not understand how they don't get her saying, y'all out here in these blogs commenting on a court case and we not even in court yet. Like, how can you say what the judge said and we ain't been called in yet? And I think her point was that Tory is paying folks to put out information that they're getting directly from him. You have some journalists who will be in the courtroom and they hear stuff and they'll say, this is what it said. But Meg's point was, we not even in court yet. So how are you saying this, that, or the other? She also put out little text messages of him apologizing for doing something, and he said, "What I think I did was I fucked two best friends," and that was what I was apologizing for. And again, to me, Tory is still aggravating her and tormenting her and victim shaming her and all the other words and phrases of this man being on bullshit, trying to basically keep her as the victim who he's harassing all the goddamn time. So I just want Meg and Party to keep being, a great couple or whatever. Say fuck Tory, say fuck Carl, but I can't wait for this case to be over, just so she don't have to keep living through defending her damn self. Because I'm like, that's the part. She keeps having to defend herself in public because of what Tory puts out, and also DJ Goodness, but fuck him. But what do y'all think?
Okay, so for me, I am tired of this, and I would just like to make this argument. I don't even care about the Carl Crawford situation. To me, it's the Tory and DJ Academic situation. So him saying that there was no evidence on the gun. So do we really think that there wasn't enough time for him to wipe the gun? They were sitting in the car while the police had them surrounded. That was definitely enough time to wipe a weapon off, to wipe your fingerprints or any of your DNA off of the gun. There could also have been other DNA on the gun to, corrupt the sample, meaning that it was inconclusive. I think that's what it really said, that it was inconclusive, not that his DNA was not on it. So you putting shit out there, and it's not It doesn't mean that. That's not what it means. You're framing it in a certain way. You're using the wordage to create a narrative, but that is not what's actually happening here. And I also would like for somebody to tell me, if he did not shoot her, who the fuck did? Like, stop it. It's not Kelsey. It's not the security, because if it was one of those two people, they would have been thrown in the mix already. Meg did not shoot her fucking self. I don't care what y'all are talking about. Okay, nobody shoots themselves in the foot when they trying to grow a career popping in fucking heels. Okay, nobody's chancing fucking up their foot for nothing. Like, that doesn't even sound right to me. Right. So I'm just over the whole situation, because I feel like it's common sense, and people are still acting like Tory Lanez weird ass, didn't do this shit when he texted her apologizing. And let's talk about the text. She released that text when the shit first happened and then deleted it, because I remember seeing it already. And then the text, he says that it was, what he said it was about him fucking Kelsey and her at the same time.
Him fucking two best friends.
Okay.
Two friends.
So did you fuck both of them in the same night? Because I'm trying to understand why you were like, I was too drunk. What does that mean? Right. I was too drunk all of the times I fucked both of you? What does that mean? To me, it sounds like you were talking about one isolated incident that you were apologizing for, not an ongoing affair where you were fucking two close friends. So miss me with the bullshit. You were apologizing for shooting her, but you were smart enough to not actually say sorry for shooting you. But to me, you were apologizing for shooting her, and you were probably drunk and wilding and waving that gun around, trying to be heard and seen with your little bitch ass, and you probably shot her by accident, but you still fucking shot her.
I rest the same case as Bondy. I
mean,
it's not a whole lot to say. I just want to have the truth. I just want the truth at this point. Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, I do believe that he shot her. I mean, she's still going through the same stuff. She's going to continue to go through it. You know what? Actually, I feel like even after we find out what's factual and whether he gets time or doesn't get time, I feel like she's still going to have to go through this, unfortunately, because I feel like he'd be taunting her and he'd be causing her to respond and react. And I just sometimes be like, girl, just I won't even just But when nobody else is really defending you, that's public, to me, in my opinion, when nobody else on a public platform is really out here like defending you, it leaves you to have to speak up for your damn self. And I feel like she just had a lot of people coming at her this week with Carl and that situation, academics, and then you got Tory over here. I think even Joe Budden has been like on the fence about this situation. So Miss Girl got to speak up for herself, and it's very unfortunate. I'm just ready to move past it. If I'm tired, I know Megan's tired. It's not a whole lot that we could say. Just waiting in the winds at this point.
And let me say this: somebody asked, I want to know why she was twerking a few weeks later. Because people perform when they're hurt all the time, because it costs money to not perform. People have to pay for contracts. People have to pay other people to be there. And if you don't perform, you might get sued and you may have to owe them money. So if I can wrap this fucking foot up and get a shot in my leg, right, a cortisone shot or something, so where I can get up here and perform, then I'm going to do it. People do it all the fucking time. We saw the hole in her foot. Like, I don't understand why we even arguing about that. And then people saying she didn't get shot, it ricocheted. Bitch, semantics. Semantics.
He pulled the trigger.
Came out of a gun, and then a hole ended up in the side of her foot.
Baby on
and
bullshit.
None of this would have ever happened had somebody not had a weapon.
I saw a cut. Where you saw a cut at? Please go Google the photos so you can see the big ass gash in that lady's foot. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. I'm sorry. A cut.
And that's why we're going to say, go ahead and follow all of us on all our social medias at OohLadiesFirstPanel at Gmail to send us emails. Follow us on Twitter at OohLadiesFirst. Follow Bondy at Bondy Blue. Follow me at Daily's Corner. Follow Jami at Jami ThatsMe. And follow Necey at Necey Dixon. We hope y'all had a great time with us tonight. We will see y'all next week. I don't know whose channel, but it'll be on one of our channels. So you follow us. Okay. Bondy's channel or Necey, girl, honey.
Is it Necey's? No. Please let it be Necey's.
I think it is Necey's.
I think it's Necey's for next week. Okay. Honey, I was gone. I fucked the rotation. It's all my fault. But We're going to see y'all next week on somebody's channel with all of us up here and stuff. But we got to go. Before we go, make sure to do what? Like the goddamn video. Bye, y'all.